for now.
What's up, everybody? It's Nice Guy Indie Podcast. You know what we do. It's Wednesday night, and we watch wrestling. We talk to wrestlers. We talk to sons of wrestlers tonight. We talked to Bobby Blade, which is a legend in his own. So
warp
you know,
mind.
in his own warp mind, in our warp minds too. You know, like always, I got the Wrestling Encyclopedia, Sean Johns, next to me.
Hello, everybody.
And next to him is Superfly, Johnny Lee.
What's up? What's up?
In the house, we got
There's no music playing.
in the house we got legend Bobby Blade in the house.
I just show up whenever needed.
Heck yeah. And then we got a big social media guy and son of Crusher Bones,
Trippin' Balls.
Trippin' Balls. What's
That's
up, Trippin'
how
Balls?
I say his name at the show. So forgive me, everybody.
I tweet things and I came out of a wrestler's ball sack.
There you go. Hell yeah. Is that where you came up with the name, I guess, right?
Something like that.
Hey, guys, right now we got to pay some bills, so we're going to mention some sponsors here. I'm going to get on the Facebook and
Pay some bills.
pay some
That's
bills
right,
here.
right.
Johnny, I'm going to let you start off, buddy.
All right. Well, guys, we want to say Terry England and Ultimate Championship Wrestling. They're having a show right now with Triple Crown Wrestling and USWF.
In the Taylor County Fair.
That's right. Clay County Fair.
Taylor County.
I mean, on the thing they were saying Clay County Fair.
No,
but
Clay County's.
that's true. But we also want to say go check out Bo's Tractors because those guys do a great job.
They're working on tractors?
Yeah.
Okay, they work on tractors.
And a note.
Bo's Tractors, they work on
design.
tractors. If you
And
got a
design.
tractor, he's going to fix your tractor.
And designs.
And design. He's going to design you a
right.
tractor.
No, they do more than just that.
Yeah.
They design for you, brother.
Oh, they'll fabricate some metal up for you if you got something that's broke or something like that. They'll do some welding. They'll do some
Yeah.
fixing. They'll take care of your
Actually,
shit,
Johnny,
man.
we were both wrong. It's the Russell County Fair.
Yeah.
It's the Russell County
The flyer
Fair.
You just
The
said.
Russell County, yeah.
One of them's down there. That's AJ Kazan's is going to be it, right?
AJ
Yeah.
Kazana,
And so it's Austin Diamond and
Oh
Scott
yeah,
Diamond today.
Austin
That's
Diamond,
true.
Scott Diamond, all goes. Check out UCW guys
That's right.
down there. Those guys are legendary. They've been in the business. Terry been in the business since what 1997.
1997, yeah.
Yeah, he's the longest wrestling organization going on right now. So
And don't think that he's cheap because, man, if he hears $10, he just might go looking for it.
in associate that show down there is in association with USWF,
USWF.
Jimmy Walls, and
Can
the
I go?
yeah.
Can I finish the things?
Yeah, you go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We also want to thank Kyle Maggard, Appalachian Mountain Wrestling. They had us down there a couple of weeks ago, man. We felt like big, huge stars. They put on a great show in, was it West
Yes,
Perry Elementary?
It was West Perry, not East Perry.
West Perry Elementary. They put on a great show.
West is good, but East is pretty good too.
Yeah, East sucks.
West is better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
West is
that's
better.
right. Don't you dare say East is good because Kyle Mack
And
come
then
to
we
your house
got
and
our
probably give you a
man,
check.
the voice, Ian Mosley from Advanced Pro Wrestling, based out of Texas.
Texas guys, we got Texas wrestling sponsoring
That's
us
right.
up here.
And we know that Evil Nate's been to Texas because Ian Mosley was actually asking about him, wanting his autograph Sunday night.
Okay, and Chicagoland Wrestling up in Chicago.
John Bowler.
John Bullard, he's done everything, been everything, done everything. They got great wrestling going on up there. Check those guys out if you
And he's a
can.
great commentator and announcer.
I'm sure all these people got YouTube channels, just like Bobby Blade's
Oh,
YouTube
yeah,
channel.
they do.
Wasn't that
A
Johnny
Base Pro
Rock out
Wrestling
of
had-
Georgetown?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
who
was
else do
him.
we got? Oh, phenomenal.
Snaps and Straps, our new belt sponsor. Sorry, Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead with
You
that.
go ahead.
You always cut me
You
off,
go
so
ahead.
now how's it feel?
Tell them about
Snaps and Straps are our new.
Whoa, that's okay, but
tell them about snaps and straps.
They are our new belt sponsor, and they have made the trios or the 6-man tag. I don't care. I still call it 6-man tag. I'm old school. For the House of Black on AEW.
Yeah, they made the belts for that, and they made some
And then
belts
he
over.
made the X Division belt for New South, the current one.
Did he?
Yes,
Okay.
he mentioned that.
nice.
It's a pretty belt.
Hell yeah!
Yes,
And then he
and,
made some belts over in Impact too.
Yeah.
Yes, he has.
And then
We
we
got
have Phenomenal Funds, ATL, Phenomenal Funds.
Hit them up because they got a good brand.
I think they sell everything, guys. They sell all kinds of
They
wrestling
sell
merchandise, T-shirts, all that kind of
Figures,
stuff.
Merchandise of wrestlers.
Yeah. And hopefully they'll have some Superfly Johnny Lee figures at some point.
Yeah.
And one of our great best guys here in town, Big Kahuna Hawaiian Barbecue. Guys, they're right there on Liberty Road and Winchester Road. Get over there, get you a Big Kahuna burger. They're so delicious. They're great.
Johnny.
Right there, we can see the sign up there. But Big Kahuna Burger over there on Liberty Road. Tell them the Nice Guy Andy podcast sent you over there, and I don't know what they'll do, but they'll say
Say
okay.
thank you.
They'll say
You'll see mine and Amy's.
they'll say,
great picture
hey, the
on
Nice Guy
wall.
Andy podcast sent you, and they'll be like, okay. And so,
So your order will be.
but tell Harry that I guess your burger will be hot and fresh
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you mention our name. So.
Party
Yeah,
man
like
Cam,
delicious.
thanks for watching, buddy.
Party man
So I
King.
think we're gonna start the show now, guys. What's up? What's up, everybody?
Oh, not much, man. Just
Bobby
Being-
Blade's back in the business.
yeah, back in the business. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
I appreciate
Welcome,
it.
Bobby.
Fat tour.
Yeah, 50 and Fat tour going
It's
on.
because of us.
Yeah, it is because of them. Actually, let me tell you something. And I know they've told this story before, but I don't think I've ever told you. I was out when the pandemic first started and everything. I was done because everything was shut down and everything. And I was like, well, this would be a good time to bow out. I was only doing commentary at the time, and I was like, well, this would be a good time to go ahead and bow out, say my goodbyes and all that stuff. And I did that, and so I was out of the business completely out of the mindset and everything. And then finally, I don't know. Was it you, Sean, that
believe
messaged
it was
me?
me.
It was Sean that messaged me, and he said, "Would you like to be on the podcast?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, I'm out of it completely. I don't know, what I would talk about on there." So I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it, but I don't know how good the show would be." So
man.
I showed up and we did 3 hours worth of yakking.
Yeah.
Felt like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it went so
There was
fast.
never a dull moment or nothing.
And then ever since I did that show, people had been on me. Hey, come to our show. You want to just be a guest? Just show up. Just be my guest at the show.
Yep.
And then Tony Presley.
You probably haven't had to pay for a ticket, have you?
No. I did a couple of KPW Hall of Fames, inducting other people. And then Tony Presley messaged me one time and said, we're doing this Jim Chadwick Hall of Fame in Lexington. This was, last year? Is when it
Yeah,
was?
last year, yeah.
And he says, you had a lot to do with Jim and everything, over the years. I'd like you to be a guest at the show for his Hall of Fame. We're going to have his family here, and some of the older guys are going to be here and everything. And I went, and it was very welcoming.
Yes,
I had a great time there and
First
everything.
time I met you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that was, I told Aaron Rose this. The meeting with you for the first time ever is my favorite ever interaction with anybody in wrestling. I'm dead serious. Yes, I'm dead serious because I remember you walked by and because remember I sent you that picture and I said, "Is this you?" From that one show.
Yeah.
And I was
Okay,
pointing
yeah,
at
yeah,
it, and you said, "Yeah, that's me." So I remembered you, and when you walked by, and I was like, "Is that Crusher Bones' son?" And I said, "What's up, man?" And you turned around and you went, "Bobby Blade?" And I was like, "Yeah, unfortunately." And then you came over and you hugged me and you started breaking down. And then I was like, "Oh,
that doesn't
this
happen a lot. You don't.
no,
Not,
that
not a lot of people breaking down.
yeah, I mean, and that really touched me, man. Like for real, that was my favorite ever interaction with anybody.
Your YouTube channel sharing all the stuff that you've shared is why I'm doing the same thing now. Too much stuff is just rotting away in boxes, and we're living just a couple miles away from each other this
Yeah.
whole time, and we have all these tapes, and
Yeah.
who knows what other people have, and it's just sitting and rotting away. So
Yeah, exactly, guys. If you got there and you got some tapes or something, and you let one of these guys know that you got some stuff, and they'll put it up on their YouTube channels and stuff.
Yeah, between me and him,
Yeah.
our YouTube channels, we pretty much got Central Kentucky covered.
Yeah.
As
at least
far as
until
the
about-
history.
Yeah. I got a cut off in about 2006,
Yeah,
about 93 to 2006.
I go to about 2013. I think I got some 2016 stuff up, but that's really about it. There's not much newer stuff on my channel and everything. Most of my stuff is from the early mid 90s. So
Yeah.
And Anthony Presley chimed in. We were just speaking of him. Speak of the devil, right? He said, "We love having you with us, brother. We love having Tripping Balls too, and of course the Nice Guys crew." Thank you, Mr. Presley. Thanks, boss.
a very nice guy. I love running into him. He's always running around during the shows. He's not.
Yeah,
hiding in
he's
the
so
back.
he's so he's so good for this
He's a-
business,
He's
man.
everybody's buddy. And
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't heard.
He-
It seems like everybody has something nice to say about him. I don't know.
I tell you what, I've had a blast ever since being over at New South Wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, you go over there, you get treated with respect. Well, this, in other places as well.
Yeah.
But you go over there, you get treated with respect. You get treated great. Everybody's happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get fed.
Oh, hey.
Because there's catering in the back.
Wow.
There's catering in the back. I mean, seriously, how many shows do you go to that there's catering at the show? And I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah, we didn't mention them. Bucks and Muck.
catering.
Bucks and Muck Catering, yeah. And I love it over there, man. So far, and they've got me with Picture Perfect Jordan Cage. Me and Jordan Cage have worked together for years.
Yeah.
We work together in the Mountain Wrestling Association because he's old as me.
I ran into Jordan the other day.
That's what he told me. Yeah. He'd be a good one to come on here.
Yeah,
I
we
tried.
worked
I'm
on-
trying to get him on here with. I want him and Donnie Green to come on together.
I already told Donnie, and Donnie said he's down for it.
Yeah.
But I worked with him in the MWA. I worked with him in Pro Wrestling Freedom down in Corbin and London, Southern Kentucky and stuff like that. And we had a thing where I managed him for a long time, and we got over really good as heels. And then I turned on him. And then we feuded with each other, you know, me sending guys after him and, stuff like that. And then finally he ended up getting his hands on me on my last PWF show, and the roof came off the building. I will toot my own horn on that, toot.
Yeah.
But once he finally got his hands on me and everything, the roof came off that building, and I felt so good about it and everything. And then he found out I was going to be coming to New South, because this was the 50 and Fat tour was originally supposed to be me filling in
3
on
days.
commentary for 3 shows,
3 shows.
and it's turned into like 50 shows.
Yeah. And now you're a manager.
And now I'm managing again.
Yeah.
And
as they say in the business, never say never.
I mean, I was ready to say never. I mean, I was ready to say never, but he found out that I was going to be doing commentary at New South Wrestling. He said, he called me up and he said, "Hey, brother," he said, "what would you say to this?" And I'm like, "No." and
He didn't even say what he wanted, did
no,
you? You just said no.
I shut him down before he even got it out. And then finally he says, "I just one time. I just need you to do one thing." And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "It wouldn't make sense. I'm only going to be there one time," stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, "Please, brother," he says, "I'll quit the business if you don't do it." And I'm like,
Oh shit.
and then finally I'm sitting here all the way up until we did the thing.
Yeah.
Which I think they've just put that up on YouTube recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've caught up to your whole.
Yeah, the turn on Lord
yeah.
crew. Yeah. Yeah,
How
they
dare you? I'm really upset about it.
you should
And
be.
you do, Brownie.
He's a damn hero, you know that.
Dare
He's
you,
won the
Bob
belt.
Dare.
How do you do that?
You know.
But
It was good, but the kick that Jordan Cage gave Lord Crew, he didn't have to make him jump like 6 feet in the air. How hard did he kick him?
he kicked him hard enough to make him jump 6 feet in the air.
Yeah, good God.
But it was still kind of I was like, I don't know, I'll see up until that moment. And then when I got up out of the chair, commentary booth, and had the microphone, I saw him and he kind of smiled a little bit because he knew I was going to do it. And I was like, "You owe me, Jordan."
You fucking love it, dude. You
Yeah.
fucking love it. I can
Yeah.
tell you love
I
this
tell
shit.
you love it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I love cutting promos.
Yeah.
And I think me and Jordan Cage have a chemistry where we work great with each other.
Yeah.
And we complement each other really well in just about everything we do. So I'm having a blast with him over there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's good, man. We love you being back in the business because you don't have to get physical. You just got to be out there and use your talents. You got those talents.
And I enjoyed being the first one that actually get to see you for once inside the ring cutting promos, because I've never gotten to see you before.
Well,
And-
hopefully I didn't disappoint.
Hey,
No,
you
sir,
never disappoint, man.
You never
As-
disappoint on the mic.
As
Well,
soon as you took
We
that
can
mic,
blame Dale TNT Man all we want to.
Oh,
but
man.
Blame him for a lot of things.
Dale
Shout
was
out
a
to
great
Dale
guy.
Man.
Yeah, Dale was a
right.
great guy.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace, Dale, man.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, my first actual promo back over there, though, I stumbled over my words a little bit.
Couldn't
Like
tell.
in my real life
He's
and
really
everything.
critical about it. It was a great promo.
It really was.
He's trying to make it sound like it was the shits. It wasn't.
It was not shit.
Well,
What's up, Big John?
I was going to say something like Jordan Cage has never been in the right place at the right time, and I said he's always in the wrong place at the right time, and I was like, that was stupid. As soon as I said it, I was sitting there thinking that, and I was like, oh gosh, this is the worst promo ever.
Hey, that's okay.
But you made up for it. Nobody could really tell. You
Yeah.
goofed
This
up.
past Sunday, you and Larry D going back and forth. That was especially really good. That was
Oh
that
man,
was fun stuff. It was
Yeah.
nice to have somebody that you're sparring with and going back with to
that's
report
that's
what you're
that's
saying.
what I like the best, man. Like
Yeah.
the thing with me and Larry, I get on him, then he gets on me. And usually that's what I was great at. I was really good with the verbal sparring.
Yeah.
And Sean could tell you that because he'd seen me for 75 years. But
I'm not that damn old. Shit.
So you,
well,
you
you're
think,
close.
You,
I'm 42.
you
Oh,
think
man.
Larry's really going to hang up?
yeah,
You think he's done?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I think he is. Yeah, I
He
mean,
says something.
Andy.
Write it in stone.
Huh?
yeah,
Dad's got cancer.
Well, I know that, but
Bad
you know,
cancer.
I know that. But
yeah.
you know,
He's pretty, set that this is going to be it.
yeah.
And
Hey, Andy, ain't that my jacket?
I think he does have your jacket on.
Yeah,
not
it's
a-
my cardigan.
He's got your jacket, Johnny.
Yeah.
We're,
You
ch-
can't
we're,
have nothing original.
we're watching AEW. They're the guys wearing
You got
Johnny's jacket.
Swerve Strickland taking on Orange Cassidy.
So yeah, the whole thing back and forth with you and Larry was pretty good. I seen it on YouTube there.
yeah,
I
I-
said you come.
like I said, I was good with verbal sparring with people and everything. So once I can give something to somebody and they give it right back and everything, I feel like that's where I'm at my best. Because you gotta, if you're giving somebody your best and they give you their best back, then you're matching wits the whole time and everything, and it's money after that.
So let's we brung y'all in today, and it was somebody's idea to talk about Crusher Bones. That's your dad, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And we recently lost him a couple years ago,
A year ago, a little over a year ago.
A little bit of a
last
year ago.
April.
and you were pretty good friends with
Yeah,
Crusher Bones.
he had I'd started like 2 years before him, and then when I first met him, we were at somebody's training ring in their backyard. Gary O'Neill on those SWA tapes.
Was that the name that he wrestled under?
Yeah.
Not ringing a bell.
Oh, okay. Well, he was one of the ones that had the not so good matches, but anyway, he had a ring.
Many of those on the show.
He had a ring in his backyard, and I was there with Jimmy Lamb, and then all of a sudden, down the driveway comes this real big tall guy, and he's like, "What's up, man?" And stuff like that, and I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm Bobby Blade. Nice to meet you. And he said, "I'm Crusher Bones, man," and yeah, kind of like that.
Basically,
Yeah, but we got along like right away, man. Just right away, we got along, and we became friends and all that stuff. And we went to several shows together and all that, and worked for the SWA together, and we were both learning around that time still. And he actually got me on at the MWA with Dale Mann, and I had to retrain because I was pretty bad. But Dale retrained me and all that stuff over that summer. And it was because of Scott, Crusher Bones, his real name was Scott, that I had gotten my first shot at the MWA, the Mountain Wrestling Association. Back then it was the Mid-Continental Wrestling Association. But I always, thanked him for that. And rest is history.
yeah. I think he met my mother in like 1990, 1991. And his brother died in a car accident. 16 years old, his brother died. I think that's what screwed him up a lot as a person. And I think 93 is when he starts going to Shawsville to train with Boogie.
Yeah.
So you say screwed him up as a person? What was he? Did he have
I mean,
depression,
yeah,
anxiety problems?
I mean, it was like a drunk driving accident. His 16-year-old brother. I guess he always felt that he should have been nicer to him and blah blah blah.
Yeah. So he suffered with some depression problems and stuff.
I don't know if that's what made him be like, okay, I'm gonna go do this wrestling thing because why not? You know,
Yeah.
it's something he always thought about, I guess. And yeah, he ended up with Boogie. Have you ever been down there in Charlottesville? Okay, yeah. That it's like a little concrete
Building.
shack. Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew
Johnny.
Browning wants
Johnny, turn that thing off. It's going to be too loud.
Andrew Browning wants to know if he can call in.
He can call in a little bit after the first hour. We can have a call. We're gonna have some
After
call
the
inners.
first hour, you can call.
Have some people call after the first hour, guys. If y'all want to leave some stars and stuff, send some stars and stuff, and we'll if we get some more enough stars, we'll have some people call in tonight. So go ahead, Tripping Balls. I'm sorry.
Yeah, his first match he wrestled as a BS Slinger. That was his name. that he came
BS
up-
Slinger.
His initials are Bradley Scott. Was his name Bradley Scott Turner? So I guess that became BS Slinger, and I'm not sure when the Crusher Bones thing came about, or I know at some points he was Skull Crusher Bones. I don't know. I guess he was going for like a biker gimmick. Would you say that's what he?
The Skull Crusher Bones thing happened at the MWA, and that was Jim Chadwick. Dale Mann actually made the call on that because Jim had actually announced him one night as Skull Crusher, but when he said it, he goes, Skull Crusher, like that.
Yeah.
And he said, well, let's keep that, but, also put the bones back into it. So he's like, Skull Crusher Bones.
Yeah.
So,
I
that's...
noticed it was always,
Yeah.
emphasized like that. Yeah.
So he did that because he liked the sound of it.
So it's Skull Crusher Bones.
It was just for
Just for a while there.
months in
So then it turned to
NWA, yeah.
Crusher Bones.
yeah. I think that's what he always wanted it to be.
That was his main character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have a lot of his wrestling that you put on YouTube.
Yeah, the most of the stuff is a lot of the NWA stuff that Bobby's talking about from that time period. I'm probably a few shows away from getting to where you show up, and I mean I'm sure you have all these tapes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of them. Like right now, you're at the point where I was still retraining.
Okay.
So I think I actually showed up I got there in June.
Where were you training? Like where was the ring?
I just at all the shows. I was at all the
Okay,
shows.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we went to all the shows and we trained before and all
Okay.
that stuff. So, but I think I started there in June, I believe, and was retraining there because Dale wanted everybody to be real crisp in the ring and all that stuff, and I wasn't crisp. So, he wanted to get that in there, so he had me retrain and all that stuff. So I was doing all that for, several months and everything before I actually started working. I would work a match here and a match there, and before I started as regular. So, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And your YouTube channel is a lot like Bobby Blade's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Crusher Bones forever.
Yes, sir, Johnny. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Now go ahead. I was talking about your YouTube channel.
Oh yeah. I try to upload as much stuff as I can a week.
So you started out as the son of Crusher Bones, and then you had all these tapes. Your idea of you had all this stuff of your dad's, so you started putting it on, and then you reached out to other people and started putting stuff on too. Other people reached out to you, and you started giving.
So far, it's just all my stuff. That I've
Oh,
been-
just what your dad
it's all
had.
my dad's old tapes, which I got back after he died, and slowly working through everything. It's going to be another year or so until.
Oh, so there's a lot
Yeah,
left
yeah,
to put
yeah,
on there.
yeah.
So a lot,
There's not
guys.
as much as I thought there was going to be.
Yeah.
There's been stuff lost to. My old house flooded a couple times, and there's stuff just damaged from that. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of tapes that are just gone.
Yeah, and plus age of the tapes and stuff like
Yeah.
that too. They degrade
Yeah.
badly over time, and as you're trying to convert them and stuff like that, you might have a tape snap or
Yeah, that's happened a couple times.
Yeah, I hate that.
What was on there? What was on there?
Yeah.
So what's the process of you have to have certain software to you have to have a VCR and certain software to put it on and make it digital?
Well, I know my way is long, drawn out, old school process. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah. I'm sure you have to play it probably and then digitalize it and
Well, the way I do it is I've got a VHS to DVD converter,
Uh-huh.
and I convert it to DVD, and then I have to take it to my computer and run it through a program
Uh-huh.
to get it to where it's in a readable format for the computer.
Yeah.
And then I take that and I have to convert it again to another thing that YouTube can use.
Uh-huh.
And then I run it through another program where I put the title card on there and the logos in the corner and all that
Bobby,
stuff.
You do all that fancy stuff.
Well,
I'm
but it's
just
not real.
turning it out, trying to get up. Bobby makes all this stuff look really nice.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
I'm just throwing it up as
Well,
is.
the reason why I'm asking all this is because a lot of people out there and the fans don't really understand. They think, oh, you could just stick it on there like just push a button on your phone or whatever. But Bobby's actually having to do a big process here to get these wrestling matches to you guys where y'all can watch them on YouTube.
Yeah.
So,
But I'd say the process isn't as hard as some people. Like I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult than I think that it is. I have this thing. It's called the VidBox. It was like $90 on Amazon or something. You just plug it into your computer and into the VCR, and I mean you got to sit there and play the whole tape all the way through. But
yeah.
yeah. Then a lot of the time the audio comes out kind of funky, so I'll go through and edit that a little bit. But it's not as big of a process as I thought it would be to put stuff up and make it look decent enough to be released.
But
Yeah.
it does. I mean, it takes it
I mean,
time.
yeah. You gotta leave your computer alone or whatever for 3 hours while it records a show.
Yeah, my computer's got a weird bug in it to where it wants to update, but if you go ahead and update the computer, it restarts everything, and then it'll come up and say couldn't apply the updates. So then it'll say restarting in 1 hour. So you have to do everything real quick and then let it restart, and then do everything real quick and then let it restart. So it's crazy. But for one show, for me, it takes like 2 days
Okay.
from start to finish.
Yeah.
And you pretty much have to set aside the whole 2 days to do it.
Yeah.
But
So you mean you're giving your time to this? You're still giving your time to this wrestling thing.
I haven't.
You're always
uploaded-
going to be doing this, right?
I haven't uploaded anything in a while. I'm experiencing some burnout right now. So.
I'm sure. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you're doing something new with the wrestling too. So
Yeah.
back in the ring and back doing some management stuff, which we appreciate.
How big of a dent have you put into like the stuff you have to upload? How much?
I got probably about the same amount of stuff left that I've already put up. Yeah,
About
so
halfway done?
yeah, so I'm about halfway through it, and I'm about 3 years into it. I started when the pandemic started.
How many videos you got up? You think?
I think I have like 300 and some up now.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
and I've got probably about the same amount to go. But
Those are
So that's
almost
600.
all the
That's
full-
600 hours.
Yeah, and those are like all full shows, pretty much. You don't have a lot of individual matches put up there.
no, not very many.
Yeah,
Not very many. Now I do have a lot of incomplete shows where I've set my camera up and then the tape ran out on the main event or
If I
something
find
like
one of
that.
those, I have a lot of those. I'll just split up the matches.
Well, actually, that's like 600 days, right? 2 days a piece each one.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
that's
yeah.
almost 2 years, man. You've
Yeah.
been putting into this YouTube channel, like all of time, your own personal time.
Yeah, I'm experiencing some real bad burnout right now, though. I mean, the last thing I put up was like a 2-minute video of me rapping Ice Ice Baby. so-
Oh, really? We got to see that.
Beautiful. Puts me to sleep every night.
It's like your bedtime.
Lullaby from Bobby Blake.
And you gotta listen to it because I'm telling you, it puts you to sleep just like that because it's the greatest thing ever. Put the video. And you have 368 videos on there.
All right, here's
Just
one.
look.
Daniel Larson, a.k.a. Dizzle, said, here's a new concept. Since Bobby is managing, he'll be your assistant manager.
Okay.
He's still on our deal.
Right?
Assistant to the manager. Assistant to the assistant.
You need a manager for your manager.
So how long have you had your channel going now?
December.
December.
Yeah,
And you're already almost at 800 subscribers.
Yeah, I think a lot of that's just from the USWA stuff. I was putting up the Macho Warrior Rick Hogan.
Oh gosh.
His debut video alone has like over 100,000 views, which is it's just doesn't deserve it at all. It's really not worthy of that. But enough about that guy. Forget that guy.
You never know like what's going to go viral on things, man. Like you just never know what's going to go viral, what's going to be pop. People just like certain things, you know. I think it's the sound or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Just the absurdity, just the gall to put something like that on television.
but he's had his since December and
Yeah.
has already got almost 800 subscribers. I've had mine for going on 3 years, and I think I'm at 880. I think.
I think we've had our
So, I
we've had our YouTube channel up for maybe not even a year yet. I don't think, and we've got close to 350. I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we're way behind you guys.
Well, I mean, he's coming along great. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, just a few months, he's got, you know, he's right up there with almost what I've got. So.
Yeah. What's your key to it? What is it? You just post? You did do anything extra? You
I think some of it has to do with my Twitter and just, you know, I'll see some crazy clip of, you know, some guy takes a bad bump, and I'll put that up, and I'll be like, whoa, what the hell's this? Come click on this crazy old Kentucky wrestling. What's
Yeah.
Well, you see a clip where the guy set fire to his own nutsack.
that's
And then the idiot
that is-
takes the leaf blower, not the leaf blower, but the fucking.
it should have been a leaf blower. It might have put the fire out.
Yeah.
Right.
That would have been cool.
so how many followers you got on Twitter?
I think I just hit 5,000 recently.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah.
I've got like 7
people.
7 people.
Yeah. I think we got.
I'm one of them.
I had
Hey,
like
I'm there too.
at one time I had like 800. Now I got like 400. I don't know why.
44 on subscribe.
I said something to somebody and they stopped. Like I don't know. I said something. I get on there and Twitter. I've always got on there and just like made fun of everybody. And then
Yeah.
I pissed somebody off. And they stopped. They stopped subscribing to us on Twitter. So
Yeah, he's huge on Twitter, man.
Yeah.
Like top
Whatever you want to
name,
say.
yeah, top name wrestlers and everything are like sharing his stuff and interacting with him and all that stuff. And
And
I
then
was,
they meet me in person, and it's just like, God, this guy sucks. It's just so dumb.
I was at New South a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking to Ben Sheeran and Oliver
I
Gunn.
love Ben Sheeran.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
guy.
Right.
Oh God.
And
Do you
uh,
know
I could
his
talk about him
brother's-
for a long
Do
time.
you know his brother's Ed Sheeran? He got
Stop.
the hair, but Ben got the wrestling talent.
But
Jeez.
I was talking to him and Oliver Gunner, and I said something about because I always ask people that can talk to watch my promos and give me some feedback, and Ben Sheeran can talk, so I wanted to get his feedback, his honest feedback, and all that stuff. So I asked him to watch it, and he said, "Well, I didn't see it tonight, but if somebody got a video of it, I'll put it up." And I said, "Well, Trippin' Balls recorded it, and he's going to have it up tonight." And then Oliver Gunner misunderstood me or something, and he goes, "You're Trippin' Balls?" and I said, "No, not me." And he says, "Trippin' Balls is here?" And I was like, "Yeah." And it was like you were,
Show. Yeah, just about.
you were as big as of a star to him as anybody else. And I was like, "Oh wow."
Yeah.
It's best to keep that mystique. I don't know if I'm exposing that right now.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think you probably had.
But yeah,
They
that
don't know.
We get that sometimes when we go to we'll go down to Hazard or Converter or something like that. Nice Guy Indie Podcast, really? And then people want to sign autographs with us and take pictures. I'm like, really? We're nobodies, man. Come
Yeah,
on.
but you all give representation to so many wrestling promotions that otherwise
Yeah.
just don't have a presence outside of their little bubble that they're in, and that's
Yeah.
important.
See, I don't Johnny tells me all the time that we're bigger than what I think, and I don't even see it because I just do the podcast and I don't
I
really
love
see.
Johnny's delusional.
I don't really see how big we
Gotta
are,
love
you know.
Johnny's delusional optimism on everything.
And then everybody tells us, "Hey, you
It's
guys
not
are huge," and
delusional,
I'm like,
it's true.
I don't know how big we are.
well, I think when you guys do the live streams before the shows, like at New South and at the EWA and all that stuff, and then when you were putting the comparison picture of the
video in
Frankfurt show,
yeah.
um,
Thornhill Education Center.
yeah, that got
I don't know what they're learning there, but
it's wrestling.
Man, it's a
It's not
nice,
like
it's
a-
a cool place to have a. It's
Yeah.
a really cool place to
old-timey.
have a wrestling match. I don't know why. I don't know why Anthony didn't get to it first before Adrian did.
I don't know. I think Adrian's doing a good job. I mean,
That place is great. Adrian's
Yeah.
doing a great job down there for being a new promoter. He's his His shows are so entertaining. We just got to get more people. Get more
Jacob
people down
Ratliff.
there.
Oh, Jacob Ratliff's matches alone are worth the price of
That sells
admission.
me on my ticket every time.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jacob
Jacob
Ratliff.
Ratliff.
We got to get him on the show.
Crazy.
We got to get Jacob on the show.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah,
a necro
I'm gonna
butcher,
work on it.
but a cruiserweight.
We got so many people that we've seen over there that I want to get on the show. I'm at Matt Atreya on here.
Oh, yeah.
I want to get Matt Atreya on here. I'm gonna get Jacob Ratliff on here. We're next week. We're having Berto from.
Oh,
Oh,
Berto's a great guy.
Berto's coming
There'll
in,
be
man.
room for
Wow.
me with
You
the hip
you
on
live in
there.
Lexington, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
Just as long as
3
you
minutes
don't touch
away.
the-
Dude, you can come over anytime. You're welcome. Just like Bobby's welcome here anytime. You can guys come in and be part of this whole thing.
We've
You know.
had
Love to do it.
Donnie Green and Bear Steel just pop in sometimes all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Because they're
I love
shows.
I love when those guys just pop in. It's like they just show up like they got beer and it's like it's a fucking party,
At
dude.
the award show, they popped out. They didn't expect to win anything, and I was just like, you know what? These guys deserve something. So I whipped up an award for them. The baddest motherfucker award.
Yep.
I didn't know that we lived in the same neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Didn't know that.
Yeah, well, y'all probably live close to me too. You around here?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I live like blocks from here. So
Right over
I
there.
live in
so
Kenwood.
yeah, I live over this way, right down that other road over there. We're not gonna tell people where we live at, but there'll be
Yeah.
people showing up our damn house.
They will be trying to
We
buy.
love you.
We love you,
Sorry.
Tripping Balls.
Nice Candy Podcast.
Somebody's gonna show up one day. To
Well,
buy
I got a
those
fucking. If people drive around, there's a big van in my driveway that says "Nice Candy Podcast" on it, so
Dang
you
it,
can't
dang it.
miss. That's where I live at. So.
That's how the stalker found me.
Yeah, that's how the stalker did find me.
He took a
For real?
picture and he
Yeah.
sent you the picture.
He did
Like,
send me the picture.
Yeah, he took a
Andy.
picture. He's like, Andy, I think I found your house. And then Nate Gnarly decides to be like, you don't have a man in your family if he don't wake up tomorrow and all his cars are gone.
Yeah, he's a tow truck guy.
He works for AAA.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, I think you guys doing the live streams at the shows and you tweeting about it, that gets a lot more eyes on it.
Yeah,
On
that's
the
the one
product and
thing
all
I
that stuff
said
for
is like
everybody, so it
I wanted.
helps.
That's why I went and wanted to go do it, is because like to get on social media and then tell everybody, hey, this show is about to start. Get down here. The tickets are cheap. Get down here and actually see some wrestling in person. And I know everybody that we can turn on the TV and we can get wrestling anytime we want. But there is nothing like going to a local wrestling show and independent show and sitting in the audience and interacting with the wrestlers, because
You can
you'll
become
get
part of the show. We
You
had
can
a
get
guy
to-
the other day about go off on Anthony Cotina.
Yeah.
you can get to
That
meet
guy
them. You
went
get
off
you
on
get the
me.
autographs. You can buy
Oh, man.
get out there and buy their T-shirts. It's just it's
You get
it's
your
that.
picture taken.
You need
with
some
them.
you need some T-shirts to sell too, dude.
I
Yeah.
I had a little bit of a situation a couple months ago where there may have been a mugshot taken of me, and I was reached out about possibly doing a shirt for that, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a little too much.
Hey,
That's
no.
money. I'm
No,
telling you,
that's
that is
smart.
money.
Yeah.
It's money, brother.
It's money. Go for it.
Open up a pro wrestling tee store or something like that. Sell. Get a gimmick table at the show. I'm dead serious.
Oh, yeah,
I'm dead
yeah.
serious, man. You can sell these shirts.
Oh.
And
I'm
also,
dead serious.
Whatever quotes that you come up with, just put them on shirts, sell them like hotcakes.
Yep.
You'd be
I
surprised.
do. I've been doing this long enough to figure out some way to make some little bit of money off of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the dedication or what.
Bobby
my
Blake could help
problem
you.
is.
Yeah. Just just to stick with it. Just come on. Just come and stick with it. And you
David
come. You're
Linville
like I said.
said,
You're
I
welcome
went
to
to
come
the-
over here anytime. And join with us. And if somebody you want to
Your
come over and
sister
talk
Emily says hi. This is Triple Ball sister. Hi, Miss Emily.
Hello, Emily.
to. Hi, Emily.
And David Linville said, I went to the MWA when Mr. Blade was on the card.
It was a long time ago.
Blade.
Well,
But yeah, you can make these shirts up, man, and set up a gimmick table. Have all the shirts there. I can get on the microphone, say, "Don't nobody buy one of those shirts."
they're
Blah blah
buying
blah.
Yes,
Then
they'll buy them like hotcakes. Just
Yeah.
Bobby Blake said not to.
Yeah.
All right, you listening? You listening, to Tony Presley?
Yeah.
Hey, it works though, tripping balls, because you got a following.
You do, yeah. You got to
realize
follow
we
them,
got
man.
a
If
large-
everybody know,
Yeah.
if the wrestlers know who you are, then it's a
Some
cool
of
thing.
it positive, some of it negative.
Yeah.
Sometimes my mouth might get me in a little bit of trouble.
I saw.
Sometimes a guy will set his face on fire.
Oh man.
So you're looking at all wrestling everywhere, right?
oh, yeah.
Yes, he
Yes,
definitely.
yeah. I'm into everything. Yeah. I'll watch whatever. I'll say if I think it's terrible or if I think it's great. Or
Yeah.
you can believe me. You can just think I'm an asshole. It's probably a little bit of both.
Yeah. Yeah, we do
Got
the
balls.
we do the same
Johnny
thing.
was talking about the the guy getting his balls set on
Yep.
fire. That's probably. I mean, though, that's the craziest thing I've seen at a show.
Yeah, the
up
people
in,
these some of these wrestlers out there, not around here, but some of them be doing some crazy shit. You know, like
Especially that match.
setting each other on fire and stuff like that. That's just, that's insane. You know, and then I'm surprised like that they don't have something set up to put the fucking guy out.
Dude, there's
You know what I'm saying?
There's a whole story with that.
Set
that
up
situation.
something like a bucket of water at least to
There's no
put the
water
guy
team.
out.
The value of the water team.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've seen guys get set on fire and then people come across with little water bottles like this.
And you
they're
were
just like,
wrestling him, right? You and
Jeff Vickers, yeah.
Yeah, he set his leg on fire, dropped a leg,
Yeah.
drop off a ladder. I was there that night. I was like,
I've
what
seen
the
the video.
hell?
Guys, if you're gonna set something on fire, have a couple firemen.
Something to put it out.
Put it out,
Prepare
a
you
bucket
for-
of water at least, you know, some salt or something to throw on it. You know, like, you know,
At
you got
least
a
have
kitchen
something
fire,
to-
throw salt on it.
Tony Presley said the post he put on when he shot on OV Dub went viral before the show was over.
Nice.
Yeah, you shot. Well, tell us about that.
Well,
Yeah,
Anthony
that's what I
Presley
did.
shot on OVW.
Oh, this,
Yeah,
Oh,
because
I mean, OVW. What is there to say about OVW? They're there.
yeah.
You know,
that's right.
they run some shows. Some stuff happens.
We were Bobby Johnny was
Big
down
time,
there at
though.
that last show and talked to Matt
Matt Jones.
Matt Jones.
At the brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. That's the only OVW show. I've
Well,
been
Matt
to
Jones
down there.
does watch because he told Bobby. What did he tell you, Johnny?
He said,
We love to get him in the studio.
yeah. He said,
Come on.
have one of my guys on, and then I'll give you.
No, he told you he walked past you and said, "What, nice show" or something like that.
No, he didn't say it.
Oh.
He said, have one of my guys on, then I'll think about shouting y'all out, doing something. with
Yeah.
y'all."
Yeah.
He big time this.
Hey, we've had
He's
his.
been kind of.
we've had Jake
everybody's
Cloyd
got the
on.
Same opinion on him. He's a.
He don't
douche.
care. He
He's a
said,
douche.
have a wrestler on, then he'll.
We tried. We asked them, and they won't
Exactly.
come. Like
And
they've
then
been
I
told
told-
not to come here. I guess.
And then I told him, Matt, if you're so conscious about having a wrestler on, send this guy around. All he does is like,
I'd like to have Matt on if
Big
he'd
time.
come
He's
on.
been kind of a dude. I mean, everybody's got the same opinion of him. He's a douche.
I don't know him, so.
I
Yeah,
don't.
I don't
he
know
was a
him
douche
either.
when
I've
we
talked.
talked to
good that you don't meet him.
I'd love to have him on and sit in the
Okay.
chair here and talk to us about wrestling if he wants to
I
come
like
on.
to
Matt
sit
Jones.
I don't get his outlook for pro wrestling and what he wants to make OVW. I think he's an intelligent person, and
Oh, he's very
I
intelligent.
enjoy his radio show. I like the KSR, but
Yeah.
OVW. I was very hopeful when I heard that he was buying the company, and
Yeah.
maybe something different will happen. You'll hear about OVW in the way that you did 15 years ago or whatever, but no,
Yeah.
it's just the same promotion.
And now you have Derby City up there in Louisville too.
Yeah,
now,
no,
so
they-
God,
Great promotion.
something else going on up there.
And Derby
Yeah.
City's from the Universal Wrestling
And-
thing that
United
United
Wrestling.
Wrestling
OV
Network.
Championship Wrestling, yeah, Universal Wrestling Network, and they're great.
it
They
seems
work
like
it.
their OVW is worried about what's going on in Lexington. Like worry about what's going on in Louisville. Like first, like what we're not your competition in Lexington. The competition's up there now. It's Derby City up there now.
Though, that,
He's had such a I don't know what his problem is, but he's had it out for frickin'
He don't like
Tony Presley.
he don't like Tony Presley. I don't know what the hell the deal
And
is.
all
How can
Tony
you not like Tony Presley? Like
Exactly.
I love Tony.
One
how
of the
can you not
nicest
like
guys.
that guy? One of the
Yeah.
nicest guys in
Ever.
freaking pro wrestling ever.
And like
Tony
Tony
went and
Presley-
gave him a compliment and
Yeah.
said, "Well, it means a lot coming
He's a
from you."
he's a fucking sweetheart of a guy, man. He's
So
a
Tony
fucking
Presley's like, "All right."
has his girls with him all the
That's what
time.
motivated
Yeah.
Andy Presley started New South was.
Yep, he
Matt
started
Jones
it
is
just to
smart-ass
piss off
comment.
Matt Jones. That's what he really did it for, honestly.
Yeah.
He said,
But
buddy,
I remember a show I was at. I believe it was KCW. Somebody else shot on OVW because they were at the Ice Center, and we outdid OVW. This was back in 2008 or 9. And somebody, because we were recording it, and it was like, "Hey, OVW," somebody gave them half a peace sign.
I want to go on record and say that
Half a
that was
piece
not
side.
me.
Oh,
Yeah.
sir,
That
Sir?
was indeed.
You know
That
you go
was
to the
not
hot
Bobby.
place for
That
life.
was not Bobby Blade, okay?
It was not me,
That
It
was
was his
Simba.
brother.
That was Simba that did that.
Bobby Blade.
Bobby Blade.
Bobby Blade. That was
his brother.
Simba that did that.
No, Bobby was right there because I was sitting there doing that because that was my first day doing training, and I was like, "Oh dear God, I can't move," and I got to get up and get chairs for everybody. We sold out the.
Anthony says
Armory.
that New South Wrestling and Derby City are partners.
Hell yeah.
Really?
That's good.
Yep, I've heard
You're a
that.
best friend.
So easy to
Your
work with each other,
stepdaddy
Instead
Johnny
of
wants to
working
know
against
when
each
you're
other.
bringing him back.
Yeah.
John Gilbert,
John
you
Gilbert.
you
Your
are
stepdad.
you know
I'll
you're
pick you up and we'll get you back in.
you know you're welcome anytime up here, guys. We're John Gilbert. We're actually going to have a eat off over at Big Kahuna Hawaiian Barbecue with you and Lobo.
Is that
So-
Hey.
talking about him?
Yep.
747?
Big John.
yeah,
John
747
Gilbert.
Big John
He's
Gilbert.
been
Yeah,
on here
I like
several
him.
times. He's
John's fun to have him, man. He's an
I like
awesome guy. He really is.
Randy
Dolly.
Holland. Thank you for watching, gorgeous. That's my new girlfriend. Everybody.
What's her name?
Randy Holland.
Translator.
No, sir.
Nice to have you watching, Randy.
Why, sir?
I told you, John. He likes
So-
to try to test them out.
So can I ask Tripping Balls a question here?
Yes, you
Okay,
can.
sir, go
Just
ahead.
go. I'm sorry.
Permission, yes.
We get stupid sometimes.
No, it's good. Do you clearly remember your first memory of your dad wrestling?
The first time I remember being at a show, his parents were there, my mom was there. I don't know, obviously I don't remember who it was for. Never mind. I don't remember who it was for. It was somewhere in Lexington. I just remember him losing his match, and that was not very good for 4-year-old me. You know, I was very upset about my dad getting beat up and cried and had to be taken away. And I just recently put up a match, him and Lil Harley was the guy's name, which I don't remember being at the show, but I'm sitting there and he starts getting beat up and I start, Mama, and she's, do you really think that man can beat your dad up? Look at him. Look at that skinny man. And blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, those are my early memories. And then they were like, you know, you got to stay home. You got to wait till you're older to go back with him to these shows. So, like the last year or so, he was wrestling, doing USWF for Rated X Jimmy
Yeah.
Walls. And that's when I started going to the shows with him again and really getting to make some memories with him in that regard. And he wasn't a very good person to be around at that point in his life. And the best moments were always wrestling related.
Yeah.
So I think that's obviously the life that he wanted to live. And I think once he wasn't able to do that anymore, that just, among other things, he just gave up.
So he was fighting with some demons. He had some demons he's fighting with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
Drugs, alcohol, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Depression, drugs, alcohol.
I remember when I put up a USWF show on my YouTube channel. It was a long time ago, and you sent me a message and you said that thank you for putting this show up. I was at this show when I was a little kid.
Yeah,
And-
I didn't, and then I just recently found footage of the same show, the same match. And
Oh,
it's
really?
like, I didn't know anybody was filming any of this stuff, and I'm like, wow, this is. So I was just totally blown away when I saw that
Yeah,
you had multiple shows that I was at as a kid, and it's like, wow, I get to relive this again, and yeah, all because of Bobby Blade.
hey, I
he
appreciate
does
it.
he does good stuff. you know?
I'm an okay guy sometimes,
Yeah.
but
He still got Scott Diamond's expensive shoes.
yeah, I do.
But those were expensive shoes.
Oh, jeez, he's here in spirit.
God, he's always in the full get up, huh, Scott Diamond?
Oh yeah,
You
man.
never see him out of the
I guess
suit.
it's not even a get up. It's just how he dresses.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just-
him.
it's
That's
just
who he
him.
is.
He's awesome because like we were down at EWA and I wasn't going to do the commentary. Like I do the pre-show for the shows EWA.
Yeah.
We'll go down to New South sometimes and do pre-shows at places. And sometimes these guys want to do commentating on the matches, but we wasn't going to do it that day. And Johnny was sitting there, and I try to sit behind the camera and produce a little bit more. And I don't do the commentaries because I'm just not good at that. And but Scott Diamond walked over and started doing commentary with Johnny, and I was like, "Oh my god, this was amazing!" And then I had started getting freaking audio problems, but we figured that out at the end. By the main event, we had the audio problems fixed, and because you was telling us that the audio was a problem, but and Johnny surprisingly held his own with Scott Scott Diamond there. It's like it was pretty impressive, Johnny.
I had to bow because I was like, oh, Scott Diamond, I ain't got a prayer to match up.
And then he went at Cam over there at Party Man.
Y'all,
He's
Party
gonna
Man
beat the
Cam.
hell out of Cam.
yeah, because Cam came over there and Cam was like Scott Diamond. So Scott Diamond, I had to step like it's like guys, let's
Had to
keep
stop
standing,
him,
and
had to
they're
stop him,
just
yeah.
going at each other.
Yeah.
And Emily Turner said, I don't have any memory of Dad wrestling. Never went to any of the shows.
Yeah, she was too young. She
She's
was
quite a bit younger than you.
Yeah. She was 4 years old, I think. When
How old are you now? How old are you now? How old are
I'm
you?
going to be 27 next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Dang, you're younger than
Happy
me. I'm
early
33.
I don't know if I ever told you this or not, but I was always, when I was coming up in wrestling, I was very shy. And I wouldn't say a word. You know, I'd go out there and do my stuff and everything, wouldn't interact with the crowd and all that stuff. And then finally one day, Scott, Crusher Bones, and Tarek the Great, they were like, we're going to go to Wendy's. You want to ride with us? And then we're going to go up to the store. And I said, sure. Got in the car with them. We went to Wendy's. This was in Georgetown, and there was a Wendy's right around the corner, and there was a Shell station right at the end of the road where the building was. So we rode over there, got something to eat, rode back to the Shell station, and we ate the food there for some reason. And I'm like, okay. But they were like, they were talking to me, and they said, yeah, we think that your in-ring is getting there. You know, it's pretty good. It's all right. But you have no charisma, no interaction with the crowd. You need to, this and that and all that. Somebody grabs your arm and you're just kind of like, ow, ow. Yeah. And you don't show it on your face. And then Scott was like, Crusher Bones, he was like, yeah, your stuff's pretty good, but you just look real timid, man. You look real scared and all that stuff. And he said, if you can knock that off of you, it would raise your game up even a little bit more. That's not the exact wording, but, something like to that
Probably a effect. couple fuck bombs.
Probably.
Yeah.
But they sat there and they talked to me and everything, and they demonstrated, and all that stuff. So I would almost kind of like comically oversell. But I would like, I took their advice and I actually used it that night. And I started showing it on my face and everything. When somebody would grab my arm or something, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'd be real loud. And I'd start like, pointing at people and yelling at them and screaming and hollering and stuff like that, interacting with the crowd and all that stuff. And my crowd interaction that I do to this day is because they pulled me aside and talked to me that night. And that really, I'm not saying that I'm great, because I'm not, but it really changed the game for me, and I always appreciated that about both Scott and Tarek, because they thought enough of me to pull me to the side and say, hey, this is good, but this is not. You need to work on this. And I took that to heart, and I took their advice, and I started doing that. So
It's nice to hear that he had a positive impact.
Yeah.
It seems like he was always pretty good as far as crowd interaction and the emotion.
So, how was your relationship with him? Sounds like you and him had like little feud going on, maybe, or just.
No, it's just. Just his own problems would always lead to him saying something fucking stupid, and it's like He ended up. He was arrested for whatever, drunk driving or something, and like April of 2006, he had his last match with USWF. I think he won a battle royal for their U.S. title on that show, and that was his last match. It was in Liberty, I want to say. And then he gets arrested. He ends up, my mom kicks him out. He goes to Florida to live with his parents, who were in a retirement community, the Villages down there. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. But he was living down there that's where he lived for the rest of his life, pretty much. Sure. He was clean for a while. He was trying to go to school. He wanted to be a physical therapist, which he just didn't stick with. And eventually he just went back to, drinking, and he just stopped caring about himself. He had,
James Colby?
Yep, that's Kobe Calder.
Okay.
Yeah, diverticulitis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
for I want to say in like 2016 or something like that, and that almost killed him. And I think after that he just didn't want to go to the doctor. He didn't want to take care of himself. Then when COVID happened and he stopped working, he just got sicker and sicker, and then he didn't go back to work and ended up moving in with his parents again. And his he stopped eating. His liver was shutting down. Yeah, he was. I don't know how much he weighed. I don't think I've seen my dad since like 2017 or something like that. It had been a long time since I'd even seen him.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last thing he ate was a bite full of Jello that his dad gave him, and he couldn't get that down. And yeah, he died with his dad, trying to resuscitate him and bring him back, and it was. My grandfather would say that he was pushing him away, trying to make him stop giving him CPR or whatever. Like he was just ready. He was
Just ready
done.
to go, huh? How old was your dad when he passed?
52, maybe something like
That's
that.
too young, man. That's too young.
And
Like,
then his
I know
dad-
you're about my age. What, 49? I'm 49.
Yeah, I'll be
we're about
50
the
in
same.
October.
Yeah, me too. We
And
got,
then
our birthday's
his
like
dad
2 or
just
3 days away from
passed
each
a
other.
couple months ago, so his dad had to live with that for the last year of his life, having to go through that with his son, and now he's gone too. So
Yeah.
Now
Was you
my
close
grand-
with your grandpa?
yeah, I'd say I was closer with him than my dad, honestly, because
Yeah.
my dad was the fun wrestler, fucking, hey, Brant, look at this. My grandfather was like, this is why you need to do this, and this is right, and this is wrong, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I think my dad was more focused on trying to be my buddy, which I didn't.
Yeah. Was it drugs or just alcohol?
I think it was definitely drugs. That was I know there was I won't go into all of it.
Yeah,
but there
yeah.
was some stuff towards the end, some hard stuff.
Yeah.
Before my parents split, but once he ended up in Florida, it was just alcohol. He was
Yeah.
just a drunk,
Drunk, yeah.
just sit around drinking
And
all the
that's
time.
we suck.
And he
because-
just decided. I don't think he cared about reaching out to anybody. I don't think he wanted. He just figured everybody didn't give a shit about.
What do
him.
you think that was because of? Because of his
Because he
brother
just hated
di-
himself. And
because his brother died. Like
yeah, he's thought, well, shit. I can't. I don't have my. I'm not living with my kids anymore. I'm not with the woman I wanted to be with. Who gives a shit?
he just
Like,
thought he was a failure or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think with
That's
everything,
tragic.
his life in general, and with wrestling and all of that, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that.
Sometimes life will get you down, and then you get down that you roll down that hill, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then sometimes nobody ever stops you from turning into a snowball, and then it's sad when that stuff happens, but sometimes you got to reach out to other people, and that's why, guys, if you guys got anybody out there suffering with alcohol, depression, drug problems,
Get some help.
try to get some help. Sean, knows about that. Sean's clean right now, 8 years, right,
Going
Sean?
on 8 years, September 1st.
So yeah,
Thank
so
you guys. Thank you. No
so
applause needed, but thank you.
Emily
So-
said he was 54, died 4 days after her birthday.
And
54.
She would know better.
Yeah.
She's better with that stuff.
54 years old. That's too early to pass away. That's
The last time I saw him was in 04. It was for a USWF show, and I managed him.
yeah.
And I don't remember the match, but I think it was him versus Rated X, and I was his manager.
Seems like it was always him and
And I was handcuffed to Dustin Lillard on the floor, so I wouldn't interfere, and I interfered anyway.
See, you can't trust this guy.
I know.
Scheming.
But that was the last time I saw him. We had a good time and all that stuff, and real friendly. And then it's just like he worked other places,
Yeah.
and I worked other places, but we were never like ever in the same area ever again. And
Yeah.
like we lost touch with each other. But I had always wondered what where he was at. I heard he was in Florida. There's a guy named Mark Reed that I went to school with that was good friends with him, and he said, "Yeah, I think I'm going to try to get his. I'm going to see if I can get his contact info to get in touch with him and all that, and maybe if he ever comes up here, we can all get together and hang out and all that stuff."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "That sounds great." So he never could get the contact info or anything.
I would try a lot to get him to attempt to reach out. He just didn't do anything with social media. He didn't understand any of that stuff. He wasn't good with that.
Yeah.
But I would constantly try to get him to reach out. Bobby Blade posts your matches. You can look this up. You can go see this. That's all right, whatever.
Yeah.
I just think he was embarrassed that he would always be like, "Oh, I'm not Crusher Bones no more." You know, that was. I guess he wanted to be like a superhero figure to me, as Crusher Bones saves blah blah blah. But
Yeah.
and he couldn't be that, and I think he knew that. I was sick of his shit. I was sick of just the same routine of, you know, you want to come down here, you want to do this? And it's like, I know it's just, if I come down there and I hang out with you for a week, it's just going to end up with you getting drunk and starting an argument over some dumb shit that nobody can control.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm just going to stick to talking to you on the phone once a month,
Yeah.
once every other month.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a lot of contact with him in the last couple of years.
I would have definitely liked to have reconnected with him, you know,
Yeah.
to at least talk on the phone or something
Maybe-
like that. But
I wish he knew that there were people that remembered him. And
Yeah, maybe people would have, if somebody could have reached out with him, if he would have let people reach out to him, maybe they could have got through to him and maybe changed his mind about
Yeah.
his life, you know.
well, I know when you had let me know that he had passed and all that stuff, I had posted this picture and you know and put Crusher Bones has passed away. A lot of people commented on
Oh,
it
yeah,
and reached
all
out.
the stuff that I've searching his name on Facebook after all the, especially your post, that blew me away. All the people that had something to say about him, and
Yeah,
since then, I've been more comfortable with approaching people that I knew wrestled with him back in the day. Like, who have I talked to? Too Tough Tony, Chris Harris. I've encountered, and they all remember him and
Yeah.
say nice things. And it's
Yeah.
like,
yeah. Chris Harris is great.
That's awesome. Hey guys, we've been on here a full hour, so we need to pay some more bills again. And so guys, check out the UCW and USWF. They're doing fair shows down
In Russell County right now.
Russell
have to go
County
to one
right
of
now.
those.
And I think they got some more coming up this weekend. I think AJ Kazans is going to be on one in Taylorsville, I think. Is that
I
right?
think so.
And-
We're not going to that one.
Check out Bucks and Muck Catering, guys. They cater all the New South Wrestling events, and they'll come to your house and cater all your special events, too. So check those guys out. Check out Bo's
Both tractors and design.
Bo's Tractors and Designs. I guess he'll design you something and fix your tractor for you. And Bo's pretty cool. He's a big wrestling fan, so he reached out to us, and we're
Nice guy, Andy
sponsors.
Tractor.
Yeah,
that'd
nice
be
guy. Any
good.
tractor would be cool. Check out Big Kahuna Hawaiian Barbecue. That's me and Johnny's favorite now. And Sean, did you like the?
I love that burger. dude.
Oh man, the Big Kahuna burger's got a big slice, nice grilled piece of
Pineapple.
pineapple on
Great,
it. You
good.
got some Hawaiian barbecue sauce on there. So a couple different cheeses there, I think, and some really good beef there under a great bun, and it's so good. And then it comes with this macaroni salad
Yeah,
that
that's
is.
even better. I
Oh
already
my
eat
God,
that.
it's
you got the
beautiful.
rice that they have there, the rice.
Oh my
They have
God!
their sticky rice. I've been there a couple times.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
the
so
katsu,
good,
The
right?
pork katsu,
Yeah.
very delicious.
So
Very
we're
good
gonna
place.
have Big John Gilbert and Lord I said Lord Big John
Lobo.
Gilbert and Lobo. We're gonna have a eat off there as soon as we can get that going on. So we're gonna deal with we got to get with Harry and fix
You
that.
know what's funny? Is that Lobo said he knows he can eat 15 Subosamis right now.
Well, am I leaving anybody out on that?
Lobo-
Have
Ian
Col-
Mosley.
Advanced Pro Wrestling.
Ian Mosley, Advanced Pro Wrestling in Texas, guys, is
Yeah,
one of our sponsors.
I got
And
something else for you to talk about too that I did send to you. It's pictures, but it's Advanced Pro Wrestling's upcoming events. One of them is going to feature the Headbangers, Mosh and Thrasher.
okay, guys in Texas,
Really?
there. If you're down in Texas, check those guys out. APW is what it's called. APW,
Yep, APW, Advanced Pro Wrestling.
Advanced Pro Wrestling.
Bring up Beaver Cleveland.
Check out.
Nice. I thought I was the
Mother's
only one
milk.
that remembered that gimmick.
I
Okay.
remember it
It
too.
would have been better.
Hey, doesn't Pivot Kobe
Oh,
Yes.
James Colby.
James Colby is having a comedy event at Pivot on June the 27th.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm supposed to get. Let me see if I can call him real quick. I think
James
I was-
Colby's good people.
I'm
James.
trying to
Yes.
understand this tattoo that Hook has. It's like
That
a little,
tattoo or
little
his
man,
hair
right?
shaped in
Yeah,
that-
it's what I don't know what I'm seeing here. This
Is
very,
that the Blair Witch thing? The little
Something like that.
doll thing?
I don't know what the hell's going
I
on.
don't know.
You know, a vote called. They want Hook for it. Because unlike Taz,
Hold on,
those got the
James. Hold on. We got. I'm trying to put you on the thing here. Let me see. Call me back just in a second here. You think I would know how to produce this show by now? But
Ian Mosley, thank you for the 500 stars, brother.
That's right. And our sponsor,
Yes, he is.
I got a new phone. That's what it is. I got a new
that's
phone.
just shows us.
Oh.
I got a new phone and it doesn't know the Roadcaster yet.
Mm.
New phone, meet Roadcaster.
Hey, I got a new
They
phone
are-
myself.
They are friends now.
Oh my God.
Okay, we're gonna call
Did you put that
James
one
Kobe.
in a shrine, the old one?
We're gonna call James Kobe in here. He's gonna tell us about the event over that's happening in Lexington, Kentucky. The Pivot at Pivot Brewery.
I told you this goes fast.
Hey James, how you doing, buddy?
All right, my ears were burning.
Who is this?
Hello?
Yeah, who is this? James, is this you?
Yeah, it is.
Hey, what's up, man? Tell us about what's going to go on Pivot there on June 27th.
Pivot Brewery, free show. I'm leading in with that this time. Free. It's free.
It's free
Cannot
show.
stress that enough. It is free.
Guys, if you're in Lexington, Kentucky, Pivot Brewery is on Delaware. Is that right?
Yep.
It's on Delaware. Pivot Brewery. We've got Blake Hammond, Dusty Carter, Katie Bevins, John Bass, Sebastian Zabala, and yours truly, James Colby.
Heck yeah, the Nice Guy Andy podcast will be over there too. I don't know if we'll be doing it live or anything, but we'll be over there in the crowd. Maybe we'll get up on stage or something. I don't know.
No.
That's right. I'll be on stage.
Well, James, so it's free, you said? And actually, how much
It
is that?
free.
How much is free? Is that
It's
It's
free.
about,
I could bring a
$6.50.
woman and do the
About
nasty with her.
shit.
does
15.
free mean absolutely free? You can just walk in there and watch the comedy show. Is that what that means?
That
You
is
can
what it
buy
means.
drinks and tip me
Okay.
comedies.
Are you over there talking while I'm talking to somebody?
Wow.
Yeah, Johnny.
Wow, Johnny. Johnny acts like he's a star of this.
God,
Johnny thinks he's a podcast god or something. Hey,
Maybe.
James, tell us who's going to be over there again.
Blake Hammond out of Cincinnati. He's been blowing up on. I've seen a number of his Instagram reels go semi-viral, so that'll be good. He's great talent. We've got Katie Bevins, who's a very seasoned vet out of Louisville, and then we've got Dusty Carter, another guy.
You're breaking up. Are you going
know
through a
what?
tunnel or something?
What's that?
I said you're breaking up. Are you going through a tunnel or something?
I've got you on speaker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, speaker
Yeah, let
sucks.
me try it out. I guess so, yeah. it
Oh,
does.
there we go. That's so much better.
Yeah. All right. Got Blake Hammond out of Cincinnati, Katie Bevins, who is a seasoned vet out of Louisville. We've got Dusty Carter, also out of Louisville. He was a finalist in Louisville's Funniest Person. We've got John Bass, who heads up the Don't Tell comedy series here in Lexington, which they've actually got a show on Saturday. Was
Okay.
that the 10th?
And where's that at?
That's kind of what's interesting about the Don't Tell comedy series is that they don't announce who's on the show or where it is
Oh, okay.
until the day of.
So
if you
just-
buy a ticket at Don't Tell, I think it's just Don't Tell Comedy.
Yeah.
.com.
We need to do that with wrestling.
Yeah, it's Don't Tell Lexington. You can Google it that way, and if you buy a ticket, they send out an email that morning of where it is. who's,
So this weekend,
headlining the
guys, if
show.
y'all want to out there, if y'all want to see a comedy show, don't tell Lexington on Lexington.com, right? And go over there and buy a ticket, and they'll tell you where the show's at last minute, right?
Yep, they'll send you an email that morning. And
And that's
I've been to most of the ones they've had here in Lexington. They're really good.
heck yeah.
But yeah, John Bass, who puts those on, he's on the bill for June 27th at Pivot, and we've got Sebastian Zavala, who's fiery little ball of energy. He'll be a good time.
So we're going to have you on the show here in a couple weeks. I think on the 21st before the 27th there. We'll talk more about this when we get there. And we'll have you call in next week too. And we're going to try to put this show over and get everybody over there. Guys, it's a free show at Pivot on June 27th. If y'all can't afford free, call me. I'll loan you the free so you can get in. you know, you got to give me back my free.
Or they could call me, and I'll loan them 2 free.
Johnny will loan you 2 frees. That way you can get your girlfriend in too.
And they'll offer me
Yeah,
3
even-
frees back.
Even if you're making a job, even if you're working a job making shit 50 an hour, you can afford free.
Yeah, so you know if you
Right.
don't have free, me and Johnny will loan you some frees. That way you get you and your girlfriend in and get over there to Pivot. If you haven't been over to Pivot, bring a couple bucks because they have some beautiful beer over there. They have some beautiful I think it's some apple cider, right? Apple cider over there. It's great. It's
Cider brewery.
they make all the beer right over there. They make all the cider over there. It's delicious. Sean, you can't have any, but
That's fine.
but we'll buy you a L8 or something
Awesome.
and a bottle of
It's
water.
interesting. Pivot Brewery is also the first brewery in North America. Fun fact.
Really? That's
Oh,
interesting.
okay.
And
Yeah,
Anthony Presley said
didn't
New
make- I
South
totally
Wrestling
didn't
is
make that
giving you a chance to win 4 tickets to WWE SmackDown at Rupp on. Just text ring to 71231.
Oh wow!
And also on June 30th, they are going to have a show at the Lexington Counterclocks. Terrible name for a baseball team, by the way.
So
But I
New
like
New
it.
South's having a wrestling
Let's say
show
like
over
that.
there.
At the during a baseball game, it's wrestling night.
Oh, wrestling's
And,
coming back to the Lexington! Wow!
Yeah, main event will have former WWE star who spits in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
Carlito.
Oh wow, that's great.
Fresh off that big.
Hey, Kobe, we're gonna let you go, buddy, but
Puerto
call us
Rico.
back next week and we'll put you over again, buddy. Thank you.
Hey, Andy, Party Man. can't
Absolutely,
give
I
us something
appreciate it. Y'all be good.
All right, buddy. That was James Colby, Lexington comedian, guys. He does a lot around here.
He also
with
works
comedian.
the sound with Jay Ritchie.
And recently was at EWA working the sound and lights.
And he works at New South.
Yep.
Old Preston Vance spraying blood everywhere.
Yep.
So
Got a little
there's
scratch.
wrestling, independent pro wrestling, New South Wrestling is coming back to Lexington. When is this going to be?
June the 30th.
June the 30th
At
Big
the
baseball
Lexington
park.
Ballpark.
at the Lexington Ballpark over there. It used to be the Whitaker Stadium. It used to be the Legends Park over there.
It's
Tony
now.
said that there's going to be matches before the game and then
And
more
after.
matches after the game.
Oh,
Yeah,
so it's
it's-
going to be at a ball
Yeah,
game.
it's during the game.
It's
During- I
part.
mean, yeah.
it's part of
like
a pro
sandwiched
wrestling
in
night
there.
at the game.
Oh wow, that's going to be cool. So,
And-
but pro wrestling will be back in Lexington. So independent pro wrestling will be in Lexington.
Got this for Appalachian Mountain Wrestling. Forgot to mention, but we just sent the cards that's happening. Well, we got Appalachian Mountain Wrestling happening September 9th, Jackson, Kentucky. Tickets on sale July 9th. We got AMW Bluegrass Brawl, Mullins Elementary School, September 29th, Pikeville, Kentucky. Tickets on sale July 29th. And finally, Supercard Series Thanksgiving Turmoil, West Perry Elementary once again.
Best
November
school ever.
18th, Hazard, Kentucky.
So there you go, guys. There's everything from Appalachian Pro Wrestling, and we're gonna get back to Bobby Blade and Tripping Balls talking here.
So I want to know, were you around? Were you around when your dad went to the USWA?
Like alive?
Yeah.
Not the first time.
Oh,
The
okay.
second time, yeah.
Okay.
Second
You have
time
any
around.
memories of that?
No,
Just big noise.
I was like 3 months old.
Oh. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I've heard stories of Brian Christopher, Doug Gilbert riding around in his van, getting up to God knows what. Lots of mischief.
Yeah.
Peace, Brian
It-
Christopher.
he when he first went there the first time, he was so excited, man. He called me from the road. He would call me every week and tell me what he's doing. And he would, hey, what's up, pretty boy? Because that was, my name was Pretty Boy Bobby Blade back then. But he'd be like, yeah, what you doing? And I'm like, just sitting here. And he goes like, I just beat up Jerry Lawler. And it's just like it's no big deal.
That's how he wanted it to come on. He knew what he was doing.
And then he'd call me and he'd be like, yeah, I like it up here. It's great. I love it. And then he'd call me the next week and, what you doing, pretty boy? Oh, not much, just sitting here. And he'd be like, yeah, I'll beat up Sid Vicious, man. And it just like it's nothing. And I'm like, dude, I said, you realize that's my dream to work in Memphis, right? And he's like, yeah, no, I'm here already. And I'm like, well, thanks for rubbing it in.
That's funny.
But he was super proud, man, to finally get on in Memphis, finally get on for USWA.
Especially to get to work with Lawler.
Oh,
and
man, yeah.
Dundee and-
Dude, he was on top of the world, man. He would you could hear it in his voice. He was so proud to be there, so
I know he
happy.
ended up breaking his collarbone
Yeah.
while wrestling there. I'm not sure who it was against, or I think it was in Memphis. But yeah, I think that's. I don't know if that's what stopped him there at first. I don't know anything about the specifics of his runs, really.
Well, I know you remember Cousin Junior,
Yeah,
Big
I
Daddy
guess
Cyrus.
That's who got him in.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, Big Daddy Cyrus, a.k.a. Moondog Cujo, a.k.a. Cousin Junior from the WWF. He was going down to the USWA, and he needed a tag team partner because he was going to do a tag run. So he called Scott. Scott was like, absolutely, I'll do it. And he went, did it, and he was on top of the world. And that's when while he was down there working on top with Jerry Lawler and Sid Vicious and everything, is when he went and did the match with the Smoking Guns on WWF.
In your tights.
Yeah. That's the tights that he wore on WWF were my boots, my tights, black tights, and Rated X's singlet. The ones that he wore on WCW against Barry Windham and One Man Gang were my blue tights and my boots. So yeah, he wore my gear made it farther than I did because of him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome that he got to wrestle on those. That's
Yeah, that's very, very. He loved to use that. He'd always have them billow him as like a former WCW guy. It's like, no, I don't think that really counts. I think you're kind of stretching it.
Yeah, he called me and this is for the WWF shot. He says, "Hey man," he said, "what size boots you wear?" And I said, 10 and a half. And he said, "Think I can get my feet in them?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "Can I borrow them? Maybe some tights or something?" He said, "All I've got's my Crusher Bones gear." And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean? What are you getting ready to go do?" And he's like, "Oh, nothing. I'm just getting ready to go work for WWF." And I'm like, it's like just like it's no big deal. And I'm like, "Dude, that's amazing." I'm just like, "Congratulations." He's like, "Oh,
Him and Vic the Bruiser.
yep,
Yep.
Smoking Guns.
yep." Vic was telling me a story about that. Said that he said that they were all working out in the ring beforehand and everything, seeing what the job guys can do and all that stuff. Make sure everybody was capable of being on TV. And he said that Vic said he told the agent, which I don't remember who it was. He said,
God, I wish I knew who it was. That'd
Yeah.
be so fascinating.
But-
There's so many questions I wish I would ask.
he said Scott was there, and all of a sudden he says, "Well, if you don't mind pin him, don't pin me because I'm working on top of Jerry Lawler." and this is before Lawler had went to the WWF, and then Billy Gunn was like, "You're working on top with who?" And he said, "Jerry Lawler." And I said, "Who's that?" And he says, "Jerry the King Lawler from Memphis." And they're like, "Where?" So they ended up pinning him. So,
That's, yeah.
but it was a great
deserved.
story. Yeah, it was a great story. He loved wrestling, man. He loved working for the USWA, especially, man. He loved it, and I can remember so many times, man. He would you could hear how tickled he was in his voice over the phone and all that stuff. Because we had the old school caller IDs that you had to pay separate for, and it was a separate box, and it would pop up, and it would half work. So half the number would be right. So it would get like the first three numbers of the phone number, and I'd be like, "Well, that's got to be Scott." And I pick it up, and he's like, "I'm like, hello," and he goes, "What's up, pretty boy?" And then he'd tell me about his week. Yeah, we were in what's that, Tupelo, and Evansville, and then we was in Memphis and Louisville and all this, and I'm like, that's awesome, man. That was always my dream, and I think that when he would call me and he would tell me how his week went at the USWA, that was me getting just as excited for him as he was, because I was living vicariously through him, because of that.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be great to be able to call him right now and have him conversate with you? I think that would probably help help whatever he was going through, probably.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah. Yeah. That would have been an awesome.
I don't know if he.
You don't think?
I wish. I just wish he was more comfortable and wanted to reach out, and
Yeah.
he tried to push everything away.
Yeah.
He was just.
He just couldn't deal with like not being Bone Crusher anymore, or
He-
Crusher Bones anymore.
Something like that, I guess.
He-
Yeah,
It sounds like that's what it was.
Yeah.
Like he just.
especially down in Florida, he didn't know anybody, he didn't have any friends or anything.
He was always very well liked here.
Yeah.
You know, very well respected
Yeah.
and stuff. So
So, Bobby, is there any like really cool stories about Scott that you want to tell at Tripping Balls here? That might like he might want to know. Is there a good story that nobody knows that you probably just the only one knows? Or
well, I mean, the biggest thing is him having that positive change in my career as far as like
One trip to
selling.
Wendy's.
Yeah, the trip to Wendy's
Trip
and
to
the Shell
Wendy's.
Station. Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Tarek the Great, they had a positive change, like
Was he,
big time.
Wrestling as Damien back then?
Yeah, he was Damien.
Damien.
Yep. And it was before he started working with American Kickboxer. Well, he was still working with American Kickboxer, but they weren't, as big as they were when they went to
they
IWA
were running
Mid-South.
that match everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was probably the biggest change. But I mean, it's like, just being his friend. I would go over to the apartment they would live over off of Liberty Road. I forgot the name of the.
Yeah.
Apartments.
I know what you're talking about.
Gatehouse or something over there.
Yeah, that's it. That's where they lived at, and I would go over there, hang out, and we would watch, we would watch wrestling tapes and everything of the shows that we did and all that stuff and everything. And it's just being friends and hanging out and all that stuff. Those were my favorite memories. Just being there
Yeah.
and just talking about wrestling and talking about stuff and all that. And like I said, when we parted ways, there was nothing bad that happened or anything like that. It was just he was here, I was here, and then we just were
Working different shows and stuff.
working different shows in different areas and all that. And then we just lost touch with each other, and the next thing I know, he's in Florida. So,
Yeah.
but we all loved him, we all respected him. I had only just got to work a handful of matches with him, and that was it.
Yeah.
I think I actually
And y'all are
managed him.
just friends after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to manage him more than I actually got to wrestle him.
Yeah.
And when I did wrestle him, it was pretty much just him squashing me.
Yeah.
But I still learned a lot and all that stuff and everything, and had a great time with him.
So he was great in the ring.
Oh man, yeah, he was, man.
Yeah.
I loved working with him.
There's a lot of stuff I'll see him try, like a Texas cloverleaf or just something he had no business
Oh,
doing.
yeah.
It's like, well, I guess he was watching Nitro that week and saw that and like, oh, maybe I can try that.
Well, there's an elbow drop that I do where I take these big, huge steps, like almost a big stomp,
Yeah.
and then drop the elbow. That was his elbow. I straight up jacked that elbow drop.
Yeah.
So,
I'm taking that.
yeah, and I did.
Yeah. Cool.
But we all liked him. He got along with everybody. Well, most everybody. There was Ice Train. So
Yeah.
Well-
so Trippin', like, as far as like wrestling is right now, what's your favorite to watch? Like, you watch AEW, WWE. Like, what is your outlook? Because you got a pretty big voice in Twitter wrestling. Like, as far as a commentate, like, as far as commentating on it, I guess. What do you like? What's going on? What do you don't like? What?
I just say go to local shows. Go see wrestling live. That's you sit and you watch the same shit every week on TV, and you get jaded to it. You get used to it. And you gotta step out of that and just go places. Go to different shows and
Tell the fans what's the difference, like being at the shows, because a lot of people, that watch us, I don't know if they're out there getting at the shows or not. We got a lot of people watching us. You probably got a lot of people that read your Twitters that don't get to get to these shows. Tell them what the difference is.
I think going to a wrestling show in Kentucky is just so. It's so much more than the wrestling in the ring. There's just
it's It's more intimate.
Yeah, and the crazy people that it attracts, you know.
The audience is pretty. The
That's-
audience
that's-
sometimes is as entertaining as some of the wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, just go to Kentucky Wrestling, and it's I don't know what it was like in the years prior, but it seems like it's got a good thing going right now. I don't
It
know.
does.
Yeah. Where's your favorite place to go? The local.
I've been enjoying those EWA shows a lot. Honestly, the Adrian Alexander's running out of Frankfurt.
Yeah.
It's always fun. And of course, New South every other Sunday, Lawrenceburg. I go to Jeffersonville, Indiana, to the arena a lot. That's
That's an experience.
That's a magical place. You got to go there. You know.
Yeah, we haven't been up there yet as a crew yet. We haven't been up there.
There's
But
one show I was at. I come out of the bathroom. I look down, and there's just like a dead bird just laying there. And I go tell the lady that work in the concession stand, like, there's this bird over there. She's like, all right, what do you want me to do?
yeah.
It wasn't her problem, so you know.
What do you think the hot dogs are made of?
Exactly.
That'd be dead birds.
Dead bird hot dogs. That's just not the brand.
Yeah, I got to go to the arena finally, and like it was for
Just
XC.
recently, right?
Yeah, it was last month. April 21st is when it was.
Who was that for?
That was for XCF,
XCF.
Extreme Championship
Shane
Federation.
Mercer's?
Shane Mercer show. Yeah,
Shane Mercer's. Yeah, Shane Mercer's awesome.
It was the show was called Legendary. It was a benefit for Larry D. Went up there and I had a great time. My segment was pretty bad,
Yeah.
but
I don't believe that.
but
Yeah, you'll say everything's bad. Just fucking probably
I
fire.
was sitting there laughing like an idiot the whole time.
but it was funny
Fisherman
when
Jenkins. If you don't know about Fisherman Jenkins.
Was you up there? Was you up there when he
Yeah,
was?
oh yeah.
Fisherman Jenkins.
Oh yeah.
when Shane Mercer sent out the graphic that I was going to be at the arena.
Yeah.
People started going, "What are you doing at the arena? Why are you going to be in the arena like that? Like it's just this forbidden thing for me or something like that." And I'm just like, "Well, I'm booked on the show, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna go."
Heck
But
yeah.
I mean, you know, I was lucky enough to be on that show. I had a great time. Saw people that I had never seen before, met before. Met a lot of people. Made some new friends. Me and Rick Brady, a guy named Rick Brady, the Rick.
W.
Yeah, we really hit it off.
Really?
Yeah, and he was cool. And
He's part of your segment.
yeah. And Shane actually asked me back because he's going to have Jordan Cage up there
Okay.
to manage him. But the thing is, though, is it's so far away, and with my dad
Yeah,
right now
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything, I got to be kind of close so where I
Yeah.
can get back in case something happens.
Yeah.
But he did ask me back. So maybe down the line, he'll have me back again sometime. I was asked to come in for Kyle Maggard. Same thing, it's just
Yeah,
too
down-
far right now.
Hazard's quite a bit down there. We
Yeah.
went down there for that show.
And then Henry Shaw asked me to come for APW as well, but it's just the same thing. It's
Yeah.
the distance right now.
Love those guys, man. Those guys are awesome.
Nate Hewitt, thank you for watching. Sorry.
Every time we
Love you,
see,
Nate.
you just said his name. I just drunk a
Who's it?
Henry Shaw.
Henry Shaw. Every
Yeah.
time we see Henry Shaw, he comes over and does a segment with us. Every
Yeah.
time I see him, he's so nice. He's so like,
Your
He-
mom's favorite?
yeah, he comes in and interacts with us every single time. So shout out to Henry Shaw
Yeah.
and APW down there.
I really appreciate all these guys because the thing is I'm not being overwhelmed with bookings, obviously, but since coming back, I have had quite a bit more interest than I thought,
Yeah.
there would be. And people are actually, hitting me up and asking me and, inquiring and all that stuff. And I'm 50 years old and I appreciate this,
Yeah,
And I worked the Gen Next Legends Never Die show.
Yeah.
And I don't know about the November show. I think he's already got that booked up. And
Looks
I've
like
got
that
it.
card's turning out to be a great
Yeah.
card.
But I've got it pretty much whittled down to two promotions right now: the Elite Wrestling Alliance and New South.
Okay.
And and those are great. I'm having a blast doing those.
Yeah, those are really close to you guys, and they're like everybody's. If you're in Lexington, Frankfurt's right there. It's like what 35 minutes away, 45 minutes away. and Lawrenceburg is even closer than that. Like I can't believe how close Lawrenceburg is from. If you go out Versailles Road and you go out the back way, you can be in at New South
20
Wrestling in like
minutes at
20
best.
minutes at the best. If you go back the back road,
Yeah.
like I can't believe how how fast you can get to Lawrenceburg from here.
Such a nice little spot too.
It
Yeah.
is, ain't it? It's great to be down there. It's great to go down there, and Tony's bringing in everybody down there. He's had Moose, he's had Brian Pillman
Jay
Jr.,
Lethal.
Weekend, Brian Pillman Jr.
Jay Lethal.
Also, speaking of Brian Pillman Jr., Aunt Linda Pillman, Brian's older sister, was there. Brian
Oh,
Pillman's
really?
Senior sister. Yeah, she was right next.
I heard. Was it Carson Drake say something about your
Yep.
mother's here? And I was like,
Yep.
his mother's not here, but okay, it was his
He said-
aunt.
Yeah,
I was like,
that was Aunt Linda sitting right behind
Yeah,
me.
he said.
Carson's
he said, I'm gonna be
something
taking Mrs. Pillman home.
money, so much money to be made with that guy.
Carson Drake.
Yeah, Carson
Yeah.
Drake. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the future.
Who are you impressed with right now around here? Who like you just said Carson?
I
but
mentioned earlier Jacob Ratliff, somebody I like a lot. Carson Drake, obviously. I like Gaston LaRue.
he's got a great freaking suplex. Doesn't he have a great suplex?
Yes,
Yeah,
and
he
he's also
is.
got a great finish.
He just wants it so bad. He's
Gaston.
He's
Yeah.
so passionate about what he's doing, and he's got that
he loves
that
pro wrestling.
suplex is awesome. He has.
Tell him about reading the first book of wrestling.
okay,
What it instilled in.
Oh, he had the book of wrestling in here, and he let me peek into it. And if you're not worthy, then you can't see anything. But I swear I can do a suplex now.
I actually
Me and
saw
Johnny's
it.
going to try this soon.
That's right.
on you.
I really like
I'm going to try it on Johnny,
Yeah.
not on anybody else.
I really like Evil Nate because now that I've gotten to see the gimmick more and everything, I
Yeah.
love it. I mean,
Yeah.
Growing on us.
yeah, the cryptid gimmick and everything, and I love it, man.
Yeah,
That's the
Evil
original
Nate's
gimmick,
he's
too.
something else, man. He's
What up, Chris Young? Thanks for watching, brother.
like there's so many good people that wrestle around here. That's
Security guard for New South. Actually, wrestling security guard all around the state. Really.
what do you think about Lexus Littlefoot?
Oh, she hasn't been showing up lately on the New South. She's somebody.
She's
yeah.
been wrestling in Derby
He just
City.
Oh,
dogged.
she's doing Derby City. Yeah. God, she gets it. She just, yeah.
Yeah,
Man, her
Very smart.
her personality and her the way she carries herself,
She knows what
Everything.
she wants to do. She knows where she wants to get, and she's doing
Yep.
it.
she's going to be a star.
Yeah.
yeah, she
She's
is.
going to be a star. I mean, her look,
She's from
like
Lexington, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's been on the podcast once, and I'd love to have her back again. Johnny, we need to have her back in as soon as before she gets to be a huge star.
She's always busy.
Lexington,
Candy.
Kentucky.
Huh?
She's always busy when I hit her up.
Well, I know, but
But
she's
Party
going to be
Man
a
Kev Cam had
huge.
something to say.
Huh?
Party Man Kev Cam said, "Good news for you guys. I'm moving back to Kentucky. I'll be in Louisville, and we'll start coming to
Louisville.
the New South.
Louisville.
Screw Louisville.
That's the name
I'll
of
be
the.
coming back to New South, and we'll start coming to New South, and
And
now,
more companies from now on. Party Man Cam's coming home.
and he's gonna be calling in later on.
hey, you're welcome, Evil Nate.
Evil Nate's watching.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, he
He
is.
Evil
said-
Nate, come to the podcast. We need you
Hey.
in here.
He said,
Like I told him,
Bring the
the Nice
chainsaw.
Game Podcast appreciates.
Bring the chainsaw. We'll let you cut the table in half.
Yes, we'd like that.
cut Superfly in half.
Yeah, we'll let you
Closer.
cut. We'll let you cut Johnny in half.
Cut me in half.
Yeah, he,
Hey, right down the middle, so I got
Make
two
great
of him.
Make great content.
Right down the middle, so I have two of him.
Two
Then.
of them.
Yeah. I need one side left brain, one side right brain. Me and you can take over the world, Johnny.
You lose the entire thing, though.
Emily
because-
Turner says, I got to meet Aunt Linda. She is a nice woman. My favorite wrestlers at the shows right now are Adam Swayze and Carson Drake.
Oh yeah, it's
Harold Cook's
a little embarrassing sitting next to your little sister when Adam Swayze comes out. She gets riled up.
Oh, yeah. And
I guess he
I'll
probably
tell you
gets that
who
a lot,
I'm
though.
really starting to grow on me at New South. Anthony Katina.
Oh,
He's getting heat. Maybe not the right kind of heat, but he's getting himself some heat.
Hey, Triple Ball saw that. What
Oh,
do you think
yeah,
about
that-
it?
We were
That
all,
was-
dude,
that
I was
was
right
the
there.
video of it.
that was crazy. That was crazy. You know, things get a little hectic. He knows how to poke buttons, and as long as it's not happening to me, I'm I'm happy to watch it.
Yep.
huh?
Found out.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. I mean, I do have a live mic at the shows, so
Oh,
I can find you. I can find you easily.
Uh-oh.
He can.
You just gave a Bob Blade a challenge to try to find
him an idea.
Triple Ball
He
in
said,
Starcraft.
as soon as he says, as long as it's not happening to me, so that's an open
See,
invitation.
you set yourself up for that one, tripping.
That's true.
There you go.
Yeah, you just have to get him back on Twitter. with him and his 7 followers.
Yeah. I always post everything on Facebook. I never post anything on Twitter because
Yeah.
nobody ever sees it.
Yeah,
Because I'm all,
You're gonna reach more people that are in those videos and part of those shows on Facebook than you ever are on Twitter. So what's the point?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
and I just want to say I want to thank you too for filming my New South promos.
Of course.
Because
You do a great job.
I really appreciate that. Seriously, I really appreciate that.
Yeah. It's always the highlight of the show.
I
really is.
It
I
really
thank you
is.
on that too. Is it really?
Yes.
I do think so.
Tony told
Now, I
me.
kind of wish you wouldn't do the pelvic thrust when you go to the
No, that's awesome.
Oh, I have to
No,
because
that's
I guess
awesome.
it-
That really sells it.
completes the ambiance. I get it, but
I do the eye poke. You know, when I say the eye poking this and then the crotch kicking this. And I
Oh,
throw
you're
the
gonna have
leg
to
up.
do that for us tonight.
Oh, you want me to?
Yes.
Yes.
You want me to do it right now?
I want you to do it
yeah.
now, but then
can
I
do
want
it
you to
on
do
a
it in the
promo
other room
at
too.
show.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but I want you to do it now.
Do it now.
Yeah.
yep.
Okay, I got to stand up.
This is
When,
where, this is
when
where
did you
your
come
reset-
up with this? How
Oh,
long
well,
have you been
this
going
reset
through this
button.
the spiel?
This got you back into it.
I did it in one shot. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
That's you just came up with it off
Yeah.
the off the cuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I lost your mic.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God, Andy, you
Oh,
broke the
shit.
equipment.
Tragic.
Tragically, it got broken by Andy's hands.
It's not broken.
Podcast over.
Here we go.
No,
It's
sir.
saved. Andy has magic fingers, you know.
I'm gonna turn all the other mics down.
All right.
I'll trust you on that one, Johnny.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, let me move this because I can get physical, and I don't get physical very often. So let's see. I gotta.
Might get physical.
You still hear me from right here?
Yeah.
I don't know if we can see you or not, but
I got him on camera.
let's come on in. Right
There we go.
there you go.
My belly big.
Yeah,
Oh man.
It's a great belly.
love your shirt.
Oh, thank you. It's like 15 years old.
I love it. 1998.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
I am the meanest, cheatingest, chokingest, eye pokingest, crotch kickingest, your mama's stickingest, spitting on babies, smacking old ladies, one-man domestic disturbance, the man, the myth, the living legend, a true old-school icon, and the man you paid to see. I am Lone Wolf Bobby Blade.
Yeah.
Woo!
Love it.
Love it. Love it.
Go ahead.
Love it.
Johnny Green, what's up, man?
What's up, Johnny Green? Hey, when you did that last year, you tried saying that you didn't have the ability to promo anymore. You did that off the cuff on the fly. I was like, he still got it.
Yeah, the first time I did that intro, I did it off the fly. Never thought about it, what I was going to say before or anything
No
like
shit,
that.
really?
Yeah.
How long ago? How long have you been?
Maybe 2 years.
Oh, no, not even that long. Okay.
Yeah, not,
So did
not
you
long at all.
like the second time you did it? Did you remember it? Or did you
Somebody
had to go back
filmed
and,
it
okay.
first.
So you had to go back and look and see what you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I did it all in one shot, and I didn't stutter or anything like that. Boom, 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 boom. Lone Wolf Bobby Blade, and I've kept it the same ever since. I used to do an intro that was longer and more drawn out,
Yeah.
but it wasn't nearly as good as this. I wish I had done this one the whole time.
Yeah.
Before I did the one where it says I am a former 7-time light heavyweight champion, former 10-time tag team champion with multiple partners, the proprietor, creative consultant, the master motivator of Lone Wolf Enterprises,
Yep.
the man, the myth, the living legend, true old school icon, Lone Wolf Bobby Blade, and that was it. You know, it wasn't nearly as good as this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
This one's excellent.
When you say with multiple partners, you kind of like, with multiple partners?
yeah, and then people would say it with me and everything.
Oh.
And you know what? The thing is starting to catch on over at New South now.
Yeah.
Is when I intro Jordan Cage,
Yeah.
and I say, and he just so happens to be my best friend in the whole wide world. Like people had started saying it
Like
with
going
me.
along
Yeah,
with
that's
it.
Yeah,
cool.
and I'm like, maybe I should put that on a shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you should.
I need a Bobby Blade shirt.
And Harold Cook, Jack of Hearts, said, I worked a show with Crusher Bones and hung out with him. They went to Shinaway Pub. He was my big brother, and I miss him very much. And DJ Eric goes, I heard Bobby makes old women throw their granny panties at him. Just kidding, bro.
And he sold his underwear at one point.
I did. Did I ever tell you about that? Oh my God.
You ain't
you
heard
got
that story yet?
Oh, we've heard
Oh,
the story, but go ahead.
Oh, it's amazing.
Do you have any water?
Yeah.
I got one right here for you if you want it.
I got cold ones in here.
Thank you, sir.
You saying Bobby's water ain't good enough for him?
It's good enough.
You're welcome.
He got him one, Bobby.
Grab me one, Johnny. Grab me one.
Alright. Thanks, someone appreciates my skin.
He's gonna
I
tell.
appreciate you.
He's gonna tell the underwear story here.
Right.
Okay, so
Johnny, come in here and video this.
you may wait.
Yeah, wait for Johnny to come back.
Okay.
All right, Johnny's back.
Video him doing the. Do it from over here. Where you was.
He's tired of moving in and out. You need to stay in one spot.
So this is the legendary story where Bobby Blade sells his underwear.
It's the best story ever.
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm at Pro Wrestling Freedom in Corbin, Kentucky, and I'm one of the lead heels there, managing Jordan Cage. And there's this one fan in the crowd that loved me. His name was, what was his name?
God bless.
Kevin Walters.
Kevin Walters.
Yep.
And he was at every single show, and he was super into everything, and he loved everything that I did, and he loved everything that the guys that I managed did. So he comes up to me after the show one night, and he's like, and he, he comes up to me and he says, "Hey, Bobby," and this is just a bad imitation of him, but it's almost spot on. But he was a good dude. He was a good dude. He goes, "Hey, Bobby, do you have anything I might be able to buy from you?" And I was like, "No," because at that time, I was a heel and all that stuff, and I was getting a good enough payoff from PWF to where I didn't have to, sell any things. So I was like, no, I don't. He's like, "You don't have any T-shirts or pictures?" "No." "You don't have any propane?" "No."
I was about to say.
But you don't have any DVDs? "No, not with me, man." And he's like, well, do you have anything I can buy at all? I'm like, "Oh, I got my underwear." And he's like, how much? And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "How much?" And I said, are you serious?" And he said, "Yeah." And I says, you want to buy my underwear?
Like the underwear you had on.
The underwear I had on.
Okay.
And I'm like, you want to buy my underwear? And he's like, "Well, if that's the only thing you got to sell." And I'm like, and I was like, what do you say to that? And he goes, "How much?" And I said, $5. And he goes, "Okay." And he hands me a $5 bill. And I'm like, well, I've got to take my underwear off now. So I said, "Okay, hold on. Follow me to the bathroom." We go to the bathroom. I make him stay outside the stall. I go into the stall.
Peeking in, though.
You know you was.
I take my pants
peeking.
off. I take my underwear off. I put my pants back on. I tie my shoes back up. I walk out. I got this pair of sweaty underwear. He's given me the $5 bill, and he goes, "Thank you very much. I'll see you next month."
You didn't even sign them.
No.
You should have signed them,
But yeah,
man.
I sold a sweaty, smelly, stinky pair of underwear.
Oh
And it
wow,
was-
God.
I mean, the
that
skid
guy-
marks in there was the autograph.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
It's got your DNA on it.
Clone you one day.
yeah.
Yeah.
One day we
Oh
will.
God.
But
Or can't handle two bodies.
Baby Blade.
But he ended up getting out of wrestling completely, as far as he wasn't a fan of it anymore. Not because of that, obviously, but
Maybe.
he got
I
to where
remember you would post stuff on Facebook, and he'd ask you questions like, "What's your favorite what's your favorite color? What's your?"
please reply.
Yeah, please reply. We jumped in that one on a field day.
Yeah.
Just all of us did.
He was a good
He's
dude,
a
man.
good dude,
And he loved wrestling. And then all of a sudden something happened,
and he just didn't.
and he just stopped everything with it and never watched it ever again. I'm told that he took all of his merch that he's bought from everybody and all that stuff, threw it in a trash can, set it all on fire. Figures, DVDs, burned it all,
Wow.
got rid of it.
Yep.
I wonder if it was just like one show.
What happened? Like,
We don't know.
like he learned it wasn't like it was like
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
wasn't like.
I hate when that happens.
I don't know.
Wow.
It's just like he was there, and then all of a sudden,
Is he still around? You think?
he's still alive, as far as I know.
Huh.
And he's still
I'd
on
like
my
to get a
friends
hold
list.
of him and asked him why.
Yeah, he was a good dude, man.
Why he gave up wrestling?
Yeah.
Is he still not a wrestling fan at all? You think?
As far as I know, no.
You think he ever put the underwear on?
God,
Maybe he put him on and then he
why?
was like, maybe he put him on and he was
don't
like,
want that
I'm
image.
done. I'm
I
done.
guarantee.
Maybe he wears those and it's like, there's
like-
nothing else that I can accomplish with this wrestling.
Well,
I had
these-
these underwear and I'm wearing them now and there's nothing else I can do. I'm
Well,
going to
these
burn
don't
everything
fit.
else.
He probably put them on and found out that it fit.
As long as he didn't put them on his head, we're all right.
Well,
Have
we
you-
don't know.
Have you ever heard of like any weird things like that your dad got from fans or anything like that, like gifts or anything? Because I've got one.
The weirdest, nothing like that. But there was a kid. I think my mom was a waitress that somebody mentioned earlier, Shinaway Pub. She had met somebody whose son's favorite wrestler was Crusher Bones, and so he wanted to dress up like Crusher Bones for Halloween.
Yeah.
So my mom goes and gets him the mask and lets him borrow it for Halloween so he can go dress up like Crusher Bones for
Oh, wow.
some 6-year-old
Okay.
kid or whatever.
That's
I don't know,
awesome.
Yeah.
So did you get the mask from your dad or your mom had the mask?
I mean, I think he had it with him in Florida. Yeah,
Oh,
he had it with him in Florida. He took most of his wrestling stuff there, except for some boxes of tapes.
Yeah. Inside joke.
Eric
DJ
was on.
Eric said, "Will Johnny buy Bobby's underwear tonight live on the show?"
You want? I mean,
You want them? You want them?
I might have to jack the prices up. I recently made a comeback.
Yeah.
I'm still hot right now.
Underwear.
It sounds like DJ
Underwear ain't
Axel,
as cheap as they were back
goes
then.
on.
The weirdest gift I ever got from a fan, and this is a legitimate shoot, and I'll never forget it. We were at MWA when we moved to Mount Sterling, Kentucky. This is after we left Georgetown, and Chris Hayes was the owner. There was a guy there that was doing the ring announcing named Colonel Tom Parker. Okay? And he was a... I don't know what they're called. It's not an undertaker. It's he worked. He worked at the cemetery and he dug like the graves.
Grave digger.
Yeah, he was a grave digger and he was like a cemetery attendant or something like that. And I believe, but there was a guy that came to the shows and I don't remember the guy's name and this is bad of me. But the guy had passed away and he had been cremated. And he gave some of his ashes, or the family gave some of his ashes to Colonel Tom to give to me because he said he was my biggest fan.
Oh wow.
So he's like, "Do you want these?" And I'm like, "Well, if he wanted me to have some of his ashes, yes, I'll take them." You know, because
Yeah.
you know, I'm not going to say no. You know, I'm not that big of a jerk. I'm a big jerk, but I'm not that big of a jerk.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Well, you got anything to put them in?" And I'm like,
Ashtray.
"Oh, I got
Cigarette cellophane.
I got a fanny pack, Harley Davidson leather fanny pack." And he's like, "Well, I don't want to just pour them in there." So I'm like, and then Colonel Tom smoked, so he had the
Cellophane.
Cellophane.
Yeah, the cellophane.
Oh wow. Okay. I guess I just said.
cellophane from the cigarette
Yeah, yeah.
box. So he takes that off and everything, and he says, "Hold this, and I'll pour some in there." So I'm holding the cellophane from the cigarette pack, and he's pouring them, and then he's like, "Don't drop him, don't drop him." And I'm like, I'm nervous. I'm panicking and freaking out, and I'm going, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my hands. So I'm sitting here shaking because this is a man.
Human remains.
This is a man. Yeah, this is a man's ashes.
Yeah.
So he pours some in there, and I'm like, oh gosh, and I'm like, okay, how do I keep them in there without spilling everywhere? And he's like, well, just roll it up, and I'm like, you can't just roll up a man's ashes in a cigarette pack.
Yeah.
So I roll them up, and then I'm like, I don't know where else to put them to transport it to keep them.
Yeah.
So I put them in this Harley Davidson leather fanny pack.
He spills.
It stays in there.
Oh, okay, good.
And now I swear I have a haunted fanny pack at the house. And the thing, I don't know what happened to it because I've moved like several times since then. So
It's
I
still
have
in there, you think?
Yeah, I've got it somewhere. I don't know where it's at,
Yeah.
but I do still have it unless it went away with some of my my VHS tapes
Yeah.
because I lost several boxes of those, a couple boxes at least. But I have a haunted fanny pack somewhere in my house, in some box somewhere, with a dead man's ashes in it.
Wow. A dead fan.
Yeah,
And watching you.
Your number one fan.
yeah,
Number one fan. Yeah.
and I feel bad because I didn't keep up with it,
yeah.
and I wouldn't have known.
I think that's what he.
Do you even know the guy's name?
They
Don't
told
even-
me. I didn't. Well, the thing is
Yeah.
I was always a heel a good majority of the time, so I never went out to, mingle with the fans or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I don't have my glasses on, I can't see.
Yeah.
So I can't see these people. If somebody walked in my house, I probably wouldn't know them. So I've got fans that come up to me. Do you remember me? I used to come to the shows in Georgetown, but no.
Don't remember you.
No, I can't see you. So, but yeah, I mean it is crazy. I mean, I feel terrible because I didn't keep up with it, but I do still have it, unless it's departed. With my VHS tapes that have went missing.
Wow. That's crazy.
Oh, it
story
was
right there.
nuts. It was nuts. And I told Lord Crew about it, and he gets the biggest kick out of it. He said if you ever come across that fanny pack, please give it to me. And I said, I can't. It's a dead man's ashes. And he's like, I don't care.
I want
He's
it.
like, I need it. I need a haunted fanny pack in my life.
Oh wow.
He needs that haunted
That's
fanny
funny.
pack.
We gotta
And
get Lord,
Mosley
we have
said
to get
he'll
Lord
send
Crew on
another
here.
100 stars if you buy Bobby's underwear.
If I had the money, I would.
We're giving it to Maddie.
I'm sure Bobby will donate them to you.
I mean, I'm cheap.
Yeah, he's cheap.
Cut you a
$1.
one time. Well, not that low. You know how much they are at Walmart?
Yeah, underwear are not cheap anymore.
We're on a podcast talking about sweaty underwear.
$6.
Buying his sweaty underwear. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, if the price is right.
Oh, jeez. Oh, look at Donnie's message.
What did he say?
Best heel move is to take them out, and next match, throw the ashes in the face's eyes, roll up for the win.
That's right.
Oh, jeez.
Donnie!
Maybe that's why you can't find them. You've already used it for that already.
Jeez.
Hey, do
It was
the powder
probably
finish.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh wow.
That ain't baby powder. That's.
That's
Oh
ashes.
my God! That's that fan.
Donnie, we need to get you back on the podcast.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Good.
Picture perfect.
You need to get Lord Crew on here too at some point.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna help Lord Crew too. But he said they'd come on.
Cool.
I'm a
Golly.
hard working man.
I told you it was laid back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
man,
don't
you're in
well-
town, man. You're welcome to come over anytime you want.
we don't bring
couple
you in
minutes
here
away.
and force you
Yep.
to read off a script. We just shoot the shit.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
You see, that's
what he would do.
that's what I like best about it. My first show in here, I was very, very, very nervous
He was.
and didn't know what to expect and everything. And then when I saw that everybody was just, shooting the breeze and everything, like regular
Aw.
conversation.
That's just what it's all about, man. It's just coming in and having fun, and we're
Take your
nobody.
mind off stuff.
We're nobody. Usually, if you're nervous to talk to us, then you'll get over that pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's all about having fun. That's what we encourage the most.
And,
And also, we encourage
Shit about that
younger
time.
wrestlers to
Yeah, we've been
listen to, because if a veteran's on, like yourself, they're getting knowledge because they may not be asking out in person. But I've seen Party Man Cam, he likes to listen because,
he wants
well,
some advice.
yeah,
Takes the advice.
Party
If you're
man,
on a show with Bobby Blade and you're not talking to him and trying to learn something
That's
from
right.
him, you're
Yeah.
what's the
Doing
point?
something wrong.
Party man Cam, I can show you how to sell your underwear to people at shows.
that's-
oh, that's right, Party Man Cam, you got something new. You better
Don't
start
give him
buying
that
some
idea.
underwear.
Changed his gimmick 3 times just this year alone.
He's
But,
still Party
you know,
Man
hey,
Cam, but he'll be selling his underwear.
He changes his gimmick more than he changes his underwear.
That's right.
I liked, I do like his Party man Cam gimmick a
too.
lot.
Yeah.
I think
He
it's
worked.
good.
Him and Henry Shaw had a
Yeah.
match, and that
Yeah.
that match was pretty entertaining.
That's why the veteran It's always the best.
Good
one
thing
that
y'all
they
didn't
have.
notice I was in the crowd dancing like a fool for both their theme songs because I like Henry Shaw's theme song.
I like
Stacey's mom.
I like his
and
too.
I like you
Man,
gotta
Henry-
love Prince
Henry Shaw is awesome.
doing that. So I was dancing to that. I mean, I got no rhythm, but
Well, I'm a big Batman, Michael
Yeah.
Keaton Batman fan.
Yeah.
Me too.
And when he came out to Party Man and everything, I was like, oh man, this is awesome.
You're a big fan of Mickey Mouse too.
Oh, dude, I love Mickey Mouse.
Oh, just like
What is-
that,
have you seen us? Have you seen us all in the Mickey Mouse outfit?
Yeah.
Bobby, I just gotta say, watch out, because the Ricky gang just might have to come for you.
The Ricky Roden
Donnie
game.
Green said Johnny is
Have
the
you
man.
seen us all in the Mickey
Appreciate
Mouse?
that, Donnie.
I've seen
Hey,
the,
Donnie.
the Mickey Mouse guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
right on here. What's
We've-
his name?
Well, his name was Half
Ricky
Shot,
Roden.
but he left
That's
us.
his Facebook name
'Cause he was-
real name's Chris.
He left us. He don't associate with us anymore. Hopefully he'll come
Oh,
back at
really?
some point. Yeah, he was such a talent, you know.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
But then he's been made fun of so much when he was as being small. And I told him, I said, lean into it. You're not going to ever get bigger, so lean into the small stuff.
Here's my
Balls,
thing.
I got something for you.
I was always the smallest guy on the wrestling shows when I was coming up.
Yeah,
And when I always came across somebody that was small and everything, I never put them down. I never made fun of them. I always made them, you know, my equal
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Made them feel at home, I
Yeah.
guess, because I know what it was like to be the small guy.
yeah.
And now, you know, a lot of the guys in the business now are smaller guys.
Yeah.
So now I'm one of the bigger guys, you know. But yeah, so I never put anybody down because of their size. Or
I don't
anything
feel
like
like
that.
we were
Never.
putting him down. We were just,
We
we
were.
were, you know, he said you do the Mickey Mouse outfit voice. I said, what's your talent? He said he wanted to join the podcast. I said, what's your talent? He's like, I can do Mickey Mouse. And he did the Mickey Mouse. He made me crack up. I was cracking the whole
And
time.
he
I
asked-
loved it. It was incredible, right?
Yes.
Incredible.
Yes.
Incredible.
Listen, when he
I
wore
said,
the
I'm going to
outfit-
get you a fucking Mickey Mouse outfit. He said, okay, he'll wear it. And then when we got here, I had to talk him into putting it on. But he got it. He killed it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's,
then
not,
he-
it's not even like you're laughing at him. Like
No,
you're
he's
laughing.
talented.
No, he
Yeah,
got-
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's
So talented. Like
running with it. He's
and-
good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, he did that and he loved it. And then he went down to the New South and he was Mickey Mouse down and
Yes.
he loved it. Every time he
Everyone
did it,
loved it.
every time he did it, he loved it. And then he came back into podcast again. I was like, can you do something else with this? And he's like, no, I don't want to put it on. I don't want to put it on. I was like, well, I'll give you $5. And I'll tell you what, I'm turning you heel.
You're gonna
I
attack
said, you're
me.
going to beat the shit out of Johnny with the bat. And you know, so I turned him heel.
We did too,
And it got over too. And
Yeah.
Kyle Maggard called me. He wanted me to bring him to the show
Appalachian.
to work Big
Big Jake Rig.
Big Jake
Big
Rig, big rig
Jake Break.
break.
Big Rig Jake Break.
And I couldn't get him down there. I was like, I'm gonna buy your wrestling
Event
license,
staff,
event staff, or whatever. I said, I'll take you down there. And then he just disappeared on us.
How great would that have been? He could have made some money doing
Yeah,
it.
he could be wrestling right now. Like
You
he
got-
could be into the business.
You got Jake Break in the ring or something like that.
Uh-huh.
You know, putting out an open challenge,
Yeah.
and here comes Ricky Roden.
That's
out.
what it was.
Yeah.
open
And he
up.
comes up, gets on the mic. Hiya, pal.
Yeah,
You know, stuff
it would
like
have been
that. So-
great.
That was the plan.
So what I did was like, me and Johnny would come over here, and I was like, when we get there, let's mess with Sean and say, Sean, you have to put on the Mickey Mouse
Oh
outfit.
God.
Sean came in.
And Sean was like, he's the first one to put the Mickey Mouse outfit on again, and
That
so
was
Okay.
great.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, pal.
yeah, yeah. So like we were just like joking with him. He's like,
I
yeah,
just
sure,
made
I'll
up
do
the
it.
name Robert off the top of my head.
So he did it, and then like then Johnny did it, and then I was like, the same day I was like, if Johnny's gonna do it, then I'm gonna do it, and I looked ridiculous in it. And
We
then
all did.
And then we got Chris Blade to do it too. So all of us had put on the Mickey Mouse outfit,
It
and
was
we
the Southern Mouse
hopefully to show little Chris that that you know I'm not gonna do anything that I'm not gonna ask you to do.
Yeah.
No
Like, you know,
dice,
so
though.
hopefully he'll come back to us at some point, but
Yeah.
you know,
How's it right now?
but it's
When he dressed up came in the costume to New South that day.
Oh.
You two may not know this. I know these three do, so everybody shut your mouth, Johnny. Anyways, he scared the hell out of Brian Pillman. He walked up I said, dude, you don't have hair one on your ass if you don't walk up and go up to Brian Pillman and do your Mickey Mouse.
And they were making
Because
it
Brian Pillman was sitting there with Ari Alexander just kind of loving on her. And he walks up and said, knocks on the table. I'm recording it. I'm trying to keep from laughing too loud because I'm like, oh dear God. He goes, "Hiya, pal. I'm
It
Mickey
was funny.
Whoa, whoa.
So half shot. If you're
Bobby
watching
Gomez.
this, Bobby Blaze says it's genius, right? Bobby, tell him.
Yes, it is absolutely genius, and I think if you went to these shows doing the Mickey Mouse gimmick, you could make some money doing this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tripping Balls loves it.
It's oh my gosh.
It was
that's
over
great.
funny, yeah.
Y'all loved it.
Yeah.
I think
So
that's the first thing I saw from
Donnie Green
The podcast
said,
was-
I would have been
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to wrestle another 5 years if it wasn't for those damned elbows I took from the ring to the floor.
They aren't that bad. I can't do them anymore, so.
I mean, if Donnie Green says they were bad, they.
hey,
Well,
Donnie,
Donnie Green's
Donnie,
a crybaby.
Green, Jordan Cage said he wants you back in the ring. So he said he wants one match with you. So
Donnie?
me and Jordan talked about this.
Yep.
I want you and Jordan Cage.
John
on the show
Gilbert
together.
said, I'll wrestle him.
Oh, that would be great. That'd be great.
Big John G, 747.
Big John.
We got
G.
Big John
Balls in
G.
the house.
Here's what I don't understand. Okay, you got Jay White here, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They made I'm sorry, I'm going off topic.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
You got Jay White. They made a huge deal of him coming to AEW and everything, and they put him on TV like twice, and then he's off TV for like 2 months.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how it is with everybody.
I know. They're like, oh, a huge announcement and blah, blah, blah. And then they intro somebody. It's a big deal for like 2 weeks, and then
Yeah.
you don't see him anymore.
And they-
Impossible to get in.
They did the same thing with Swerve. They had the whole big thing
Yeah.
with him and Keith Lee, and then they took him off, and then now
That's
he's
it.
back on again. Like it's just
And Keith Lee, that's
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Huge deal
Yeah.
coming in. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, nothing.
hopefully this. Hopefully they're bringing another Saturday show. So hopefully this Saturday
Johnny
show.
Green said
will
Jordan
start.
don't need that smoke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jordan, you don't need that smoke.
Jordan wants that smoke, though.
Jordan does want that smoke.
I know he does,
Jordan
Donnie. We want
wants
you
it.
back in the
Bobby,
ring.
put it
We have to have another one, at least one more Donnie Green match.
I'm
Bobby,
still
hearing
waiting.
His,
Huh?
his voice. Tell Donnie Green what Jordan Cage is going to do to him.
Yeah, he's gonna beat you.
Yeah,
But I forgot what I was gonna say.
I don't know.
Thanks.
My bad.
Jay White.
Thanks, Johnny.
Jay White. Yeah, we were talking
No.
about Jay White.
Something about AEW bringing in.
People.
Don't remember now.
Oh my
I
God.
thought you were saying something about Donnie. I thought.
Oh yeah, I'm still waiting for the Donnie versus Bear match.
Oh, we
Right.
want that
So
too.
We've been trying to get that since last year.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't know if those guys can. I don't know if they can do it anymore. Are they? You know,
Wrestle Don.
calling them out.
I don't know, man. I think both of them might be scared.
Donnie's been looking good lately. He's dropping some weight. He's been good looking and good in shape. Like Donnie, I think
Yep.
I think you can do it, buddy. I think you can get back in that ring.
Donnie, I have faith in you because you have the skills.
Guys, we've been on here 2 hours already, and at this point, this is when I let about 5 minutes ago, I let everybody say their last words. So
Well, we still got 3 hours left to go.
I know if you want to stay on, we can, Bobby.
4
I'll,
minutes, 13
hey, it's
minutes.
your call, Bobby Blake, because I'll let you do whatever you want to do. You're a legend, so.
I gotta get back to my-
Yeah, I got to get back to. So at this point, I'm going to let everybody say their last words. Johnny, I'm going to let you go first.
All right, I just want to say thank you, Donnie Green, for your kind words. Nate Hewitt, thank you for tuning in. Anthony Presley, always a pleasure. Everyone else, stay nice. And also, Appalachian Mount Wrestling, Ultimate Championship Wrestling, all those goodness, check them out. New South in 2 weeks, June 18th.
Go ahead, Sean.
Bobby, always a pleasure, brother.
Yep.
Tripping balls, brother. It's good to see you again, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Andy, always a pleasure. Johnny, you're here. And, no. That's it, man. You stepped up. I'm not sucking nothing. Anyways,
That's not what you.
shut up. It ain't what your mama said. Wow. Okay, and everybody else that commented over this, thank you guys. Big John Gilbert, take care, brother. I'm going to go eat that brownie now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody
it's still
else stay nice, John Gilbert. I'm going to eat your brownie.
there. And John Gilbert, you wouldn't know anything about that brownie because it's not coming
It's
to
a
you,
little,
brother.
it's a little inside joke.
The mic is yours. Trip him.
Oh,
Head over your social medias and tell everybody where we can find you at. And
Is This Wrestling on Twitter? Always posting clips of something stupid going on. Maybe something good, too. I don't know. Crush Your Bones Forever on YouTube. Always uploading old Southern Kentucky, Indiana, whatever, wrestling, whatever I can find. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Always at the Jeffersonville Arena. Always at the New South shows, whatever. Come say hello. Sorry if I've been very awkward on this. This is new for me.
No, you did.
Not. I thought you've done great.
I think you did too. I think you did great, dude. You really did.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you have a really good voice for this too. I think.
Thank you. It's all because of Bobby Blade. That's the only reason I'm here. Only reason I'm uploading stuff. Yeah, Bobby Blade. Go,
Blaze the
Bobby.
man.
What do you
Bobby,
gotta
it's
say,
your
Bobby?
Guys, I have started back on this 50 and Fat tour.
You're welcome.
It's because of you guys.
Well, thank you.
I do appreciate that. Aaron Rose was very instrumental in it too, as well as Jordan Cage asking me to be his manager. I appreciate everybody that has booked me so far. I appreciate the amount of inquiries that I've gotten. I didn't expect that. Again, it's not like I'm a star because I'm not. I'm just a fat guy.
You are a star.
But well, I appreciate that. But I appreciate the welcoming feeling that I've gotten at every one of the shows that I've been at so far. Hopefully that continues. I know I'm enjoying everywhere that I'm at. You can follow me on Facebook, Bobby Blade on Facebook. If I don't know you, please send me a message and say, hey, listen to the podcast, because I'm very funny about adding people on there now after I'd been hacked once before on there. I am Old School Icon on Twitter. I am NDX Blade on Instagram. I am Lone Wolf Bobby Blade on YouTube. And is that it? That's all I've got?
That's all you got.
I'm on TikTok, but I don't post anything at all on TikTok.
He's and he's on OnlyFans selling his underwear.
Yes,
He does sell underwear,
I do.
but not cheap.
I throw up specials every now and then. 2 for $1 sometimes.
Yeah, guys, whatever. That's awesome. I'd like to thank you, Bobby Blade, for coming in here. I appreciate you coming in here. Every time we ask you, you're willing to come in here, and we love that you're back in wrestling. We love to come to the shows and see you there, and we do take pride in bringing you back into this. Even if it was a small part that we had into it, we love that. We love bragging about that to people. We brag about that a lot to people. Tripping Balls, we love having you in here. Appreciate you coming. You have a great voice for this. I didn't think you were awkward at all. Thanks for bringing the mask. Thanks for talking about your dad. We appreciate you coming. Appreciate everything that you do with the wrestling too, because you are in the scene too now, and you know everybody, and everybody knows you. And if Oliver Gunner's saying, "Hey, Tripping Balls is out there," like he did, he was been watching, so because he liked us about an hour ago.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he was watching. Oliver, shout out to Oliver Gunner.
Oliver's the man.
He's a big deal up in the arena up in Jeffersonville.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he
I wanna
he's awesome.
Andy.
I
He's
wanna
awesome.
make a point that you guys go over to these guys YouTube.
Show in Hazard, we pulled a little. Hey, Marty, how you doing?
Yeah. And he's like, hey, is that Mike Classy? And he's like, oh, Chris Bernard, you wanker, you absolutely wanker.
I want you guys to go over to Facebook and like and share. If you like the podcast, go over to the Facebook and like, share, comment, and comment on the comments. Subscribe if you can. Subscriptions like $5 a month. You get I'm about to put a bunch of behind the scenes stuff on there. And it does help the podcast, all that stuff. You guys need to interact with us, messaging us, calling us, and all that stuff. We do appreciate that. Go over to YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to build that. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter at Nice Guy Andy Podcast. We're over at Instagram at Nice Guy Andy Podcast _ Wrestling Podcast. Nice Guy Andy _ Wrestling Podcast. We're trying to build the Instagram too, so we can go live on there. Go over to our TikTok, Nice Guy Andy Podcaster, which is my personal TikTok. We're trying to get 1,000 there, so we can start going live on TikTok. Wish I'd have started these things a long time ago, but we're bigger on Facebook than anywhere. Facebook we are monetized on Facebook, so any of the comments, likes, shares, and all that stuff does help us, and we do make a little money off there, guys. We do need y'all's help to support the podcast, to keep it going. We have rent, we have to pay for the internet around here, so anything that y'all guys can donate is helpful. We do have some sponsors. Bucks and Mucks Catering is one of our sponsors. They'll give you some good food if you have an event, and they're so good. Go over to Big Kahuna over on Liberty Road there and Winchester Road and get you a Big Kahuna burger or try any of their food over there. Harry said if he gets rich, he's going to start couple more restaurants in town. We want a couple more restaurants from Harry Ginsberg, so he's a great chef over there. So
and he's approachable, just like
he's a great guy. He's fun, and he come over to the podcast. So check out that podcast. It was a last podcast that had him and Lobo on there. Go support your local wrestlers. When you're there at the wrestling, go buy a ticket, go to the show. That's why you're supporting the wrestling promoter. And when you get to the show, get an autograph. Get a T-shirt. Those guys, they need all the support they can get. They need, the wrestlers need to buy gear. They need to buy clothes. They need to buy shoes, and they need to have gas money to get to these shows, guys. A lot of them travel. Big John Gilbert travels a lot. Marty Clay travels a lot, guys. Guys like that need your support. Buy their T-shirts. Buy their damn T-shirts. Henry Shaw, go down to buy a APW T-shirt. Appalachian Pro Wrestling down in Hazard. Kyle Maggart needs y'all support down there. Just spreading the love for independent pro wrestling in Kentucky and the surrounding states, Tennessee, Ohio, all the
tri-state area,
all that stuff. So, and what else do I need to say?
Ultimate Championship Wrestling. Buy a fucking shirt there too.
Yeah. Okay. So and
That's our
go up
slogan, right?
if you're around Lexington. If you're in Lexington, EPW is throwing a show on every month down in Frankfurt at the
EWA.
EWA. I'm sorry. EWA is throwing a hell of a show the first Saturday of the month down there in Frankfurt at the Thornhill Education Center. It's a great place to go have to watch wrestling. It's a beautiful place to have wrestling.
July 1st, if I'm not mistaken.
July 1st. So, and New South Wrestling, guys, go to their next show because they are going to be giving away 4 tickets to the SmackDown. Is that right?
Yep, SmackDown.
SmackDown June 16th.
June 16th. So they're giving it away the next show this weekend. They're giving away.
Yep.
They're giving them away. You got to text a number.
Okay, they're giving away the tickets. Text the number. What are we doing?
It's
number.
Hold on.
I know the next show is June 18th, and then the Counterclock show is June 30th.
Okay. So, but if you guys text this number, they're giving away 4 tickets to the SmackDown show that's this next Friday.
Hold on. I just found it.
Is it in the comments here?
Yep.
Text to 71231. Text ring to 71231.
RING.
Text rain to what is it again, Sean?
Was it? Hold on. 71231.
72131, right?
71231.
71. Oh, whatever.
Tongue tie.
71231. Text
Okay.
ring to that number.
There we go. New South down there. Anthony Presley is giving away a bunch of tickets, so to wrestling. Four tickets. 4 tickets go. And if you're not having fun,
You ain't getting none.
damn Skippy.
Yeet.
That's my line.
Nice
No,
guy,
yeet.
Andy Podcast.
You do mine.
What did I do?
Radio. Anyways,
That ain't what your mama said.
If he keeps popping off at the mouth, I'm gonna be his daddy.
But those were expensive
He's
shoes.
still my line all the
That
time, so
diamond is custom made.
I don't steal your line.
anyways,
See, I work with this
you
guy.
guys go on your little
Don't even let me
rinky-dink
say
bullshit
we.
podcast.
You know, it's a saying that's always used by
What's the
him.
nice guy Andy podcast?
Who was that?
That's
Oh, that's Anonymous Rose.
Anonymous Rose. We had her on a couple weeks ago. She's a local artist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's
So
really
that
cool.
single for us.
Guys, check out Anonymous Rose. She's in town here. Get it, buy her. We got her CD somewhere.
Yeah,
hung
you
it up
put
somewhere. I hung it up somewhere.
It was up there.
Did we knock it back up?
I don't know. But I'm gonna hang it back up if it's not down there. I don't know if I hung it back up, but we're gonna get it back up there. We're gonna have more local musicians on soon. We got the Lexington Loud concert coming to a farm near us here soon. So we're gonna have them guys back on soon. So, all right, thank you guys.